So I need... Alright. Close that. Dice roller, character sheet, open, stream, open. Good.
Okay, we are live. We're just getting some last-minute things set up. And we can wait for some people to come in the next couple of minutes. But yeah. Here we are. We're in the tank. It's going to be...
I want to talk about the art that I'm looking at on your stream, Luke.
Yeah.
I love the raccoon. He's so good.
Oh, yeah. So, mad shout-out to Curtis, Stoneheart Art on Twitter and Instagram. He's the one who did all the work for all this stuff. He's a really very talented illustrator and animator. I made sure that he's actually in the... On our stream deck, we actually have his handle at the bottom to make sure that people can check him out. But I asked him specifically for the raccoon, and I was not disappointed.
He's handsome. Snongle's looking at him.
Oh, Nox is, he's about that apple, you know what I'm saying?
I'm really trying to make sure that I host you guys, host the channel.
Yeah. That's working well, too. Cool.
Oh my gosh, the maps. I got chills. What? Maps? Crazy.
It's going nuts. Just making sure everything is, still up and functioning. That is functioning. Good. Good. Yeah. So how's everyone's day? How's the start of your week going?
Pretty good. I tried Fall Guys for the first time today.
It is amazing.
It's so fun. It's so frustrating.
I can't get mad at that game. It's too adorable.
That's exactly what I said today. Luke can back me on that.
Seriously though, it is really goofy, and I think that I haven't paid for it or anything yet. I haven't bought it yet, and I probably will eventually. But I think that right now I'm just waiting to see how long it stays in its popularity, right? I don't want to... It's not that I don't want to spend the money, but it's mainly that I don't feel inclined to to buy it just yet. I want to be able to play it with a bunch of my buddies. So we'll probably be able to, if we all grab it and, have it... We'll have a day or something, and we'll all play it and get some people involved. I think that'd be pretty rad.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Oh, Luke. I found a UK store on my way home from Subway.
A what store?
A UK store. They sell things from the UK.
Yeah, the British
Do
store.
they have
Do they have what?
they're like Whoppers, but British for some reason.
Oh, they're like Milk Duds or something? I can't remember.
No, like Whoppers. No. They're how do I describe how disgusting Whoppers are? They're wafery.
Yeah, they almost taste like an Arrow, but crappy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Malteser?
Yeah, Maltesers. Yeah.
It's funny because, we have those in Canada, so that's not... we have both of these in Canada.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I can't believe... I'm the only American in here, and we're about to not have TikTok anymore.
Oh, what are we going to...
How many times is he going to do this?
No, today he said save the post office. I don't know anymore. I don't understand.
What's going on?
I'm not gonna pretend to know.
Honestly, it's gonna be a wild ride from start to finish, and
this is the third time he's threatened to ban TikTok.
This time he ain't threatening, dude. He's gonna axe that. It's gonna be gone.
He's scared.
I love the fact that in an interview, he's like, "We're gonna ban the TikTok, but whatever that is." I'm like, you don't even know what it is?
He's scared
and you're
of
trying to ban it.
Wait.
I mean, to be fair, TikTok is the reason why I was able to find out about the free tickets thing.
Free tickets to what?
To his one rally. What? How you could reserve them and no one else could get them.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Hi, I helped do that.
Yeah.
Oh That's
Hold on, Duke. I'm sending you a
Yeet.
picture
Uh-oh.
of something I saw at the UK store that I'm totally going back for, by the way.
Oh, lay it on me. And I'll do my best to... Oh, that's amazing! Is that... What is that?
Yeah,
Now, what... Is that a clock?
my Wensleydale, bruv.
Past a Wensleydale. It's a Wallace and...
The Wallace.
Clock?
So it's a bobblehead. I think it works off of, you know those solar-powered things where they'll, like, wobble back and forth?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those, but he, like, jiggles his hands and he, like, wobbles his head back and forth.
Oh, it's traditional, like, cheese chook handshake. That's amazing.
Yeah, there's also grommet. You can get grommet as well.
Oh, that's the pinnacle right there.
Also, talking about this, I had the dumbest moment. So Adam messages me on Facebook. He's like, hold on, I have to bring it up here again. Back.
Adam, for the people watching, is a friend of ours who plays in our personal game every other Saturday.
Yeah, so he messages me, that is in the bowling plaza XD. You didn't know that was there? And I was like, wait, how does he know what I'm saying? Like, completely forgetting that we're streaming this. And
Well,
he's probably listening.
He's absolutely listening. He just said that he's here. He's in it. He's in it to win it. Okay. So, how did he know?
All right.
The man knows.
Yeah, I was so, like, confused. I'm like, am I in, like, 2 Discord calls at once?
Okay. Welcome, everyone. We're going to get started. Welcome to Fiend and Foil. It's the first ever live stream of Fiend and Foil. We're doing Rise of the Runelords. We're going to be starting off strong with Rise of the Runelords. We're going to start off, normally at this point, we're going to do a session recap from what happened last week. But for the first one, we're just going to settle for describing your character and what they're doing in Sandpoint. For anyone who might not have kind of figured out what they're doing yet, the main thing right now is that Sandpoint is undergoing a massive festival for the autumn equinox. It is something that's coming up known as the Swallowtail Festival. It is a festival dedicated to Desna and travelers and all sorts of fun times. There's a big day of festivities planned. It's a huge festival, and they're also celebrating the consecration of the new chapel that they've built after their old one burned down. Your characters each have their own respective reasons for being in Sandpoint, and I'd like to know, starting with Astrid. Introduce yourself, describe yourself, and what are you doing in Sandpoint?
So Astrid is a young, beautiful, very fair-skinned blonde lady with her little raccoon friend Nox. And she is actually a witch as well. She's a girl from the icy tundra, and she's always dreamed of attending the Swallowtail Festival in the hot desert of Sandpoint because she's lived her life in the cold. She needs some hot sand in her life.
Varesia is definitely a good place to find that. You're right.
Definitely. So now that she's 18, nothing and no one can stop her. So she managed to convince a local sailboat. She managed to convince a local sailboat driver to take her along with him on his quest to Sandpoint, and now she's here.
So you managed to make it all the way from the frozen Kelid tundras, the realm of the Mammoth Lord, and now you're here and you've made it to Sandpoint on the very modest shipyard. While the gentleman in question was making his way to Magnamar for his main delivery. Excellent. So that's Astrid and Nox. Going on next to Snongle.
So, Snongle is a young gnome who grew up in the place that we are at that I can no longer remember the name of. What's it called again?
Which one? Like the city or?
Sandpoint?
Sandpoint. I'm going to write that down. Snongle grew up there with her many siblings and her parents who are tinkerers. So she kind of a bit of a troublemaker. So she is at the festival to celebrate because, of course, you know, that's where she's from. But also to maybe pick a few pockets. She's a bit of a rapscallion.
She's a little bit of a rapscallion. She's kind of a goon.
She's tiny, so she can make her way through the crowds.
What's her? What's Snongle's race?
Snongle. Oh, did I not say?
Right.
She's a little gnome.
If you did, I missed it. So we just wanted to make sure that was pretty clear.
Yes.
She's a little gnome. She's kind of saucy. Excellent.
Yeah.
Tor. This is going to be probably one of my favorite ones. What are you doing in Sandpoint? And describe yourself, please.
So, Tor the Punished. Tor the Punished is a medium height, very scrawny looking dude. Suntan skinned. He looks almost skeletal. Like just sunken in. You can almost see his ribs. His skin is so tight to his bones. Doesn't look like he's got much meat on him at all. He wears a symbol of Zonkathon around his neck, with a spiked chain at his hip, ready to deal out whatever needs to be dealt. The reason he's come to Sandpoint is because he's hunting someone down. Someone who's completely messed up in this Church of Zonkathon, someone who has screwed his people over, and he's come to deal the pain that needs to be dealt.
Well, you're taking some abstract ideas and kind of running with them, but like I like to hear Tor's side of it. The reality is that you woke up one morning with a name and a place carved into your arm. You had you woke up one morning and you had Tobin Sandpoint carved into your arm.
I mean, like, that's enough for him. At this point, that's enough for him.
Yeah. And last but certainly not least, we have Victor. Talk to me, Richard.
Hi, I'm Richard, and I'm going to be playing Victor Steelson. He's a brewman. He makes alcohol, and he's going to Sandpoint to sell his alcohol for the Swallowtail Festival.
Who's your contact?
My contact is Gavin Devrin.
Gavin Devrin.
Yeah. It was the Two Nights Brewery that requested my fine alcohol.
Some local brewers in Sandpoint. Where are you from normally?
Corvosa.
You're from Corvosa, which is another city in Varesia. It's a little bit more north and a little bit more Chelish in nature. Is there anything special about your character that you might want to mention?
Ooh, he lost his left arm fighting giants. Had it completely ripped off. So he's replaced it with a metal sort of monstrosity that is his current arm.
You got a pretty spicy left arm there. Your left hook probably leaves something to be sought after. So what? So you're in Sandpoint. You're dropping off some stuff specifically for the Swallowtail Festival, something brewed just for them.
Yep, for the Two Nights Brewery.
What was the last thing Boris said to you before you left?
Oh, what was the last thing he said to me?
Yeah.
Well, once I delivered the booze, I was allowed to enjoy my day.
Excellent. Which means that you get to enjoy some of the booze yourself, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, so given whatever rhyme or reason, you guys have all arrived to Sandpoint to partake in the festivities. Whether you're sitting at the Rusty Dragon, which is one of the more popular taverns in town, to grab a drink, or if you're in town looking at some of the excellent displays that are getting set up. They've got all kinds of things from a rope ladder game to like almost a Highland Games style log tossing. It's going to be quite the activity, but one of the things you guys might notice, Snongle, obviously you live here, so it's not super impressive to you, but the church itself in Sandpoint is not something that's super common to see. It's not something that happens everywhere, but it is a church dedicated to some of the primary gods of the area. So the actual temple itself is dedicated to Desna, Gazra, as well as Sarenrae and a bunch of others. The three different walls on the citadel itself face different directions. One to the Old Light, which is a very major point in Sandpoint's architecture, as well as a bunch of other cool things, like Sarenrae faces the east because the sun rises there, the goddess of the sun, and so on. There's immaculate carvings in the sides of this massive monument to faith itself, but the church itself is not dedicated to one god in particular. So if you are a traveler, which by Desna's grace may you be, you have a place that you can come and do your worships in peace. Although I don't know how they're going to feel about Tor.
No one ever knows how they're gonna feel about Tor.
I'm still on the fence. So, you guys, as you come in, eventually there is some people starting to get people ready to start the actual event. It's fairly early in the morning, maybe 9 or 10 o'clock, and everything's already set up. Victor, you've dropped off your brew. Snongle, you've gone around, you've done some sneaking, and Astrid, you're just absolutely floored with all of the colors in the streets. There is confetti everywhere, there are streamers and banners, and a whole bunch of other excellent-looking things. It looks like they're building a pyre to celebrate the anniversary and the christening of this new temple. But it's going to be a very interesting day for sure. There's a lot of things going on. And so, Mayor Devrin is a very straightforward-looking woman. She's a very, very prominent figure in the city. Sandpoint itself is actually a very tight-knit community. It's been that way for years, and 4 major families are very good at keeping their stuff together. Mayor Devrin comes up on the podium in the middle of the whole festival itself, and she clears her throat, and everyone gets kind of quiet. She holds her arms out to her sides and says, "Welcome, everyone, to our annual Sandpoint Equinox." And the crowd begins to cheer, and not so loud that they're going nuts, but they're definitely pleased to see her up there. She says, "Clearly, we must have outdone ourselves this year, considering that even Mr. Ravanki managed to pry himself away from the tanning racks to join us for such a momentous occasion." And everyone kind of laughs and jeers a little bit, all but one man who looks very dour, who's probably Mr. Ravanki from the tannery. The mayor kind of hushes everyone down. She holds her hands up and says, "And now, Sheriff Hemlock, ladies and gentlemen," and a very dour-looking Shawanti man comes up to the podium. He's wearing chainmail, and he wears the emblem of the guard for Sandpoint. And he says, "Just a reminder to be careful around the bonfire, and to avoid fights wherever possible." And he nods and backs up. And Mayor Devrin says, "Thank you, Sheriff." And in lieu of the absence of Lord Kaijutsu, the mayor is immediately cut off by a man who bears a very prominent mustache and looks very, very flamboyant. He's got big hoop earrings, he's got bangles and all sorts of other fun things, and a very well-trimmed goatee. He also holds himself in a very dramatic presence. And he says, almost in the same step as the mayor was delivering, he says, "We have me instead." And some people in the back of the crowd go, "Whoop, whoop," and kind of jeering a little bit. He says, "We mustn't forget that all the meticulous work that was put into this marvel of architecture," and starts to go off on some of the trials and tribulations of the building of this cathedral and all the other things that kind of went into it before Mayor Devrin eventually clears her throat and gives him a meaningful look. And he says, "Don't forget, tomorrow night, it's our latest production. It's the Harpy's Curse opening. Come see our lead. It's the Jewel of Magnamar, Alessandra." And everyone actually kind of goes a little bit crazy, and the mayor kind of makes a very pointed clearing of her throat, and he backs up slowly. And Mayor Devrin comes back up to the front, and she says, "And finally, the man of the hour, Father Xantus." And an older-looking gentleman wearing clerical robes dedicated to Desna, the goddess of travelers. And he says, very, very simple. He approaches and he says, "Thank you, everyone, for attending today's festivities. Desna, go with each and every one of you today. May the Swallowtail Festival begin." And he pulls on a streamer, and it goes, and the festivities begin, and everyone cheers. Woo! A little bit. It's a little bit woo.
Woohoo!
And there are a ton of activities they have set up for today, and you guys are allowed to join in on any of them should you so choose. The first one in the day is going to be a couple of different carnival games almost. One of the prominent ones being the ladder climb, that fantastic. It's a ladder held on one point. So you have it's the wobbly ladder. I don't even know what to call it really, but that. And it's set up.
Wobbly ladder.
Yeah, so it's a ladder made of rope, but then the ends are on a single point on either one, so you have to like avoid flipping over.
Yeah.
This one, everyone who's been to a carnival has probably seen one, but anyone who hasn't, I think I did an accurate enough description of it. So the ladder climb is available there. They also have people signing up for the tug of war, which is a very they have on display a very thick rope that was donated by the shipyard. They also have another sign up for a beer drinking competition, so you can finish a tankard faster. They have horseshoe toss and the high striker, or that it's the test your strength bell game with the big hammer. They have the log toss as well, which is the very big thing. And they've also made it quite clear, there's plenty of signage up telling you that they have meals that will be provided at noon. That is courtesy of all of the different tavern owners of Sandpoint. So the Rusty Dragon, as well as the Fat Man's Feed Bag, even the White Deer put in some food for this, and it's kind of a way for them to almost celebrate themselves a little bit while also giving people food for the festival. So it's almost a free advertisement for them.
Sounds like most festivals.
Oh, exactly. So you guys are welcome to join in on any of those. If you guys need me to repeat any of them, the first one coming up is going to be the ladder climb. Who's going to be in on the ladder climb?
I'm gonna raise my hand.
All right. So Snongle's in for the ladder climb.
Oh wait. Yeah, why not? Okay. I looked at my stats; they're horrible for it, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Why not just do them all?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Does it seem like falling would give me any pain?
Only emotional.
That works.
Tor can handle that.
Tor will do it, I guess.
Okay. What about Astrid and Victor? You guys going to participate?
You know what? Victor's a fun guy. He's probably gonna go around and at least do each one once, at least.
At least once.
Yeah.
At least.
He likes a good festival.
Astrid knows that she can't climb for shit, so she's gonna cheer from the sidelines on this one.
Cheering from the sidelines, just seeing all the very physically apt people to do it, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're going to start right at the top. Snongle, I need either a climb or an acrobatics check.
Oh, we're going all in acrobatics because climb is -1. So we're doing. Is it a D20?
It's going to be a D20.
All right. So +6 is my.
That is a solid roll, Snongle. You pretty much don't, your hands almost never touch the ladder. You basically you stand up and you walk on it, but you manage to somehow it's almost like you treat it like a tightrope, that you manage to land your foot in the middle of the rung each time and make it from one end to the other, and it's only at the last second that you basically have to touch it with your hand because you almost slip.
Yes. I am God.
The smallest god of all time. Okay, and then we had Tor as well wanted to do this, right?
Yeah.
Climb or acrobatics, my dude?
Climb. It's only got a +1 though.
Give her.
That's 17.
Nice. You still managed to do it. You get up to the top and your hands are shaking, but you're doing it the way that it's intended. You actually managed to make it all the way up to the top, and you grab onto whatever you grab the bell. I almost said push the button. I almost said push the button, but this is a medieval setting.
Tor doesn't seem thrilled, and he, after ringing the bell, he just drops. He just lets go. Might as well.
You feel the complacency of time itself, and also you're noticing around as well. You're getting a little bit of that psychological torment as well, because you have you've got a bunch of people looking at you, wondering what a follower of Zonkathon is doing at a celebration of Desna. which is very strange.
Tor just eyes everyone up and down, and every so often cracks a wicked smile towards them, and does like the jump forward, but not the actual like jump forward. It's like the jump when you're trying to startle someone.
Oh, okay.
Just
give me a perception roll, Tor.
Why you gotta be spooking all these party goers?
oh, it's a 10.
10?
10. Yeah.
Okay, you're not gonna notice the guards basically like keeping an eye on you, making sure that you're not gonna do anything stupid, because they'll pin you to the ground and throw you in jail.
Oh yeah, it's all the good fun. This is his fun.
All right, Victor.
All right, I'm gonna use
climber acrobatics.
Acrobatics, I think.
Okay.
At a +4, so that is 18.
18. Your footwork from your experience in the pit basically has very much stood you in good stead. You managed to make your way all the way up to the top. You almost exclusively use your dominant arm, like your right arm, and you kind of like hold your left arm behind your back because you don't want your arm specifically has a very tight grip, does it not? Also, you're worried that the grappling hook might not work so well in this scenario. So,
fortunately, I think he left the grappling hook attachment at home. He brought the sturdier arm.
Oh, did we change that?
we did, because I determined that it was just too silly this early on.
Yes, that's right. We did change that. We did. You're right. Okay. Let me amend that. You're keeping your arm out of the way because the shield that's physically attached to your arm is cumbersome and would tip you one way or the other. So you put your arm in the center of your back, trying to keep your balance straight. You manage to make your way up to the top of it, and then eventually you get there and ring the bell. Everyone who's attempted it so far has managed to fall, except for you three. You're actually doing really well at this. Snongle, inevitably by the end of it, you're the one who ends up with the biggest stuffed animal.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
In size
After
comparison.
Wait.
How is it compared to me?
After watching all these people climbing this rope, Nox, with the special climb ability, just can't help himself and goes sprinting for the ladder.
So Nox, he basically wiggles his butt a little bit from your shoulder, leaps off, and grabs onto the actual railing.
Oh no.
Problem is that he didn't actually accommodate for the fact that the thing was going to move. It seemed like it was very sturdy. So he goes to hit it and ends up spinning around and smacking against the padding underneath. He was so prepared, he never let go, but he didn't manage to actually do it as intended.
He's baby.
Oh, the poor little guy.
It's like one of those backyard obstacle courses for squirrels.
Yeah.
Where there's nuts at the end of it.
Yes. So good.
The squirrels that don't understand physics, or they understand the physics but not the traps themselves.
Yeah, they can't predict it.
So Tor won a stuffed animal?
Something very or like a small trinket or something.
Okay. All right.
But Snongle, you walked away with the prize. You were the most promising one in the whole place.
Yes.
You ended up with a plush animal that's almost the same size as you that you promptly scurry off and stash at your parents' place.
Yes, that's right. Stay in your lane, benches.
Whatever the trinket is, Tor looks at the little raccoon that just tried, and he looks back at the top of the bell and just holds the trinket in front of the raccoon.
The raccoon's eyes go wide, and it doesn't quite go as far as to slobber at the mouth, but it seems very, very hopeful that you're going to give it the trophy.
Yeah, I do give it the trophy.
Oh, you're the nicest Zonkathon follower of all time.
And walk away.
The raccoon is going absolutely nuts to butts about this tiny little dinky trophy. It's consolation prize, if you will.
Yeah.
You guys have and everyone's taking their shot. There's a man calls over from. He's got a very wide cone that he's been using to shout for people to make sure that things go the way they're supposed to. And he says, "The tug of war will begin in 5 minutes. If you haven't signed up, this is your last chance."
I'm in. I'm in.
Victor wants to sign up.
Well, Victor...
Astrid and Nox both.
Okay, so you all sign up. So
No, wait. Snongle has a question.
Snongle can get an answer. What do you need?
Instead of doing tug of war, can she just kind of creep nearby and pick some rich people's pockets
I
while they're
mean,
busy?
oh, absolutely. So we're going to do the tug of war first, and we're going to see just how much money you can make off with.
Yes.
Because people did come prepared to spend some money and buy some food. So the tug of war itself, on the one side, is going to have Astrid, Nox, a couple of the townsfolk, including a man with the hands the size of a shovel, and Tor. On the other side is Victor with a large group of other men who seem fairly burly. Maybe they're a group of guys from the shipyard. You're not sure, but it seems like it's fairly even odds on both ends. So, with that being said, I'm going to need strength rolls from everyone but Snongle. Snongle, I'm going to need a sleight of hand check.
You got it, dude.
All right. Pure strength. Cool. All right. So
Snongle...
+3.
Very sleight of hand. Am I blind?
Oh God, man. Oh, that's a 2.
No.
That's a total of 5.
Yeah, Rose, it's not going to be on there. You don't have any points in it. So
Oh, man!
just give me a roll.
Just a general roll? Okay.
Yeah, just give me a roll.
Shit. Snongle's about to get fucking arrested in like the second activity.
Totally possible. Not even close.
Not even a problem.
Snongle.
Wow, all right. Wow, we're starting this off strong.
I didn't expect.
Snongle, give me a roll. It's going to be 2d6.
Okay.
You're going to find a total of 30 gold pieces in people's pockets. And that's going to be from everyone involved in the tug of war, not excluding the player characters. So.
I'm so sorry, guys.
No, there's probably 10 people participating. 10 people. Multiply that by, I said 30 gold pieces?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
10. So divide that by 30. Wow, that's simple math. Why did I need a calculator for that?
I was about to say.
Everyone loses 3 gold pieces, including a lot of the gentlemen. Snongle, you can mark down that you have 30 gold pieces.
Yes.
That nat 20 was absolutely cheeky. It was beautiful.
I'm crying.
You ruined my perfect 21 gold. Come on.
I'm sorry.
Man went from a
It was-
blackjack to a bust and nothing flat.
It was 21.
You have
shit, I gotta roll my
21
strength.
gold? How?
I did. And now I have
Astrid-
18.
Poor.
Sad.
Okay, the tug of war.
None of us did really well. I got a 5 total.
Okay,
Yee.
let's go totals. So, Astrid, what's your total for your strength roll?
3.
3. Tor, you said you got a
5 total because I have a +3.
5 total. Beautiful. And then, Victor, what's your total?
13.
13. Beautiful. So,
Nox get a roll or no?
how can Nox help?
He could bounce on a top part of the rope and try and pull it towards us.
His little hands have grip.
Nox can give me a give me a straight roll at -3. So, Nox goes to distract the other team, but in his attempt to distract them, he hops off your shoulder and doesn't realize the ground underneath the tug of war pit is mud, and is basically struggling to get up out of the mud, which also explains why you didn't get such a great roll, Astrid. You stop halfway through to go help him. Because
Good God.
he's
I thought this animal was supposed to help me.
he does, but you have a You have an empathetic bond with him, and you can tell that he is not thrilled to be covered in mud, and he's also not thrilled that you're going to have to bathe him later.
Sounds like my dog in real life.
Oh, poor little Nox.
It really depends on who goes to the trash more, Nox or your dog.
I have to say, Tor is finding everything this raccoon does just so hilarious. Because this little raccoon is either a follower of Zonkathon, because he's feeling so much pain. First he's trying to do the rope climb and just freaking bails hard. And now he's just so, like, emotionally in pain because of this. Oh, this is Tor's kind of raccoon.
Hell yeah. So, as you guys are doing the tug of war, Tor, you're trying your hardest, but you are practically a skeleton. You're tugging on it, and you don't even feel like you're actually helping the guys who are. It seems like it's almost the loggers versus the shipyard boys, and you're not sure if you're even helping, but you're digging your heels in. You're trying to pull, but then you look over and you see the other team, and you see this man with a mechanical arm who basically is using that to slowly pull closer and closer, that even though the entire other team is struggling, Victor, with the assistance of the shipyard boys, just starts pulling in on the rope, and eventually Tor...
I just let go.
Yeah, so you just let go, you're like, okay, screw it. And the rest of the shipyard boys come tumbling in on top of Astrid and Nox attempting to get out of the mud pit.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to call that natural one, I think. That's pretty fitting. So, but nobody is least aware of the fact that they are missing a couple of coins each. Snongle under the radar with that nonsense. So now, there are a couple of things that are happening simultaneously. There's the horseshoe toss that you can hear somebody crying over top of the crowd. And there's also the beer chugging contest for anyone who feels they've got the stomach to finish a beer quickly.
Me.
Victor's a brewer. He's going to go over there.
It's very true.
Astrid's never drank before, so maybe this is a good time to... introduce her to the brewski.
You're used to like Kellid spiced wines, and it's definitely not the same.
Tor is gonna go to the drinking one, but to watch.
Okay.
Snongle wants to get hammered. She doesn't care if she wins.
Hell yeah, that's the vibe. That's the play. It's Nos on free pie. That's the mood.
That's just what this mood is. All right.
So. I'm going to need everyone to give me straight up fortitude save.
Time to watch people's pain.
Oh!
You get hammered quick. The dice giveth and the dice taketh away.
She's small. She can't help it.
No.
She's still a child.
She's tiny.
Who's giving this child alcohol?
Woohoo! She's older than you.
Okay, Victor. You have no idea how. Well, obviously, there's a gnome who's up on the stage with you guys.
Yeah.
Very elaborate coat, a bulging coin purse, and she grabs the tankard, takes 2 sips, it goes up the wrong hole, and she starts coughing and wheezing everywhere. She has a full-blown, she almost has a beard as thick as yours made out of the foam that came out of the tankard, and she's just coughing and spluttering, her eyes are watering, and she's just having a rough go. However, there's another woman on stage, a slip of a thing, with a raccoon on her shoulder that's still caked with mud. She's got some mud in her hair, but she doesn't seem to care. And she's going pint for pint with you that you guys have to basically drink 4 each before eventually she's just a little bit slower than you. You have no idea where this woman came from, but she can put him back. Snongle, this tiny gnome she staggers off the stage. Whatever alcohol did end up in her system is about to run its course, and she's going to have a rough go with that. Tomorrow morning is going to suck. And Tor, you get to watch the whole thing. You get to watch all the pain.
Tor is just like silently cackling to himself. It's the silent laugh where it's like there's no sound coming out, but he's visibly laughing.
Oh, it's like that
the nose laugh.
It's like the out of air laugh, but this is how it started for him.
Oh, it's beautiful.
He's laughing till he realizes she becomes a sappy drunk.
Oh no.
Woohoo!
Oh no.
It's time to party.
Oh, Crumb just wanted the free alcohol.
Crumb, you get a special...
I'm sorry, Victor.
Oh, yeah. Victor gets a very special tankard that literally has the actual design of it, of Caden Colleen, and on the side, it's a glass-bottom tankard as well.
Ooh.
So it's a nice thing for you to drink out of. Almost like you do a lot of that.
I'm keeping that. That's gonna follow me throughout my entire adventure.
The horseshoe toss is still available. They're in the last few rounds. Snongle, if you want to participate in that, you're more than welcome to try. There's going to be some penalties for being drunk, but you can definitely give her.
She's good. She's just gonna hang out.
Oh, she's just straight vibing?
She's just vibing right now.
Excellent. Yep. Okay. So, the next one to come up, there's also the high striker that's available if you guys want to test your strength.
Ooh.
Sure.
And an even greater test of strength is the log toss, which is an event that's happening. Some of the rowdier guys, maybe some of the guys still caked in mud, still laughing and carousing from the tug of war, they're coming up to throw logs as hard as they can.
Victor's curious if his prosthetic mechanical arm is considered cheating.
So as long as you're not using it to do anything funky, like having because obviously it's also leg strength too for a log toss specifically, and that's also why sometimes you're just not going to use the arm. So it's you have options, like you can do that, but it's more of like the mechanical arm is just there because you don't have an arm. Like nobody's going to judge you for trying to use it, but
You don't need it.
it doesn't look like Numerian tech either, so they don't think that you're cheating.
All right, Victor's going to participate in the strength ones.
Okay.
Tor will also be participating in the log toss.
So there's one man who's standing maybe 6'1", with the mechanical arm and absolutely shredded. And then there's Tor, who stands maybe 5'8". I think 5'8's accurate. And he's pretty much a skeleton. Like he's average height. He's got skeletal hands, bony looking fingers, and just like manic looking grin. Terrifying person.
I mean, Victor's probably going to look at him a little concerned, but...
Well, obviously, everyone's kind of giving him a very nice... that 6 feet of separation, that nice social distance. 10 out of 10 for staying out of Tor's way, because the man is horrifying.
Yep.
So, strength contests, boys. I'm going to need strength rolls from both of you for both. Actually, the striker is specifically an attack roll. You're going to be using...
I'm just doing the log toss.
Excellent. Richard, yours for the striker is going to be an attack roll.
An attack roll.
Yeah.
Gotcha. With a hammer?
With a hammer, so it's not going to be... If you have any bonuses for unarmed strike or anything like that, like your weapon focus and things, they're not going to apply here, but you will still have your base attack plus strength.
Oh, am I two-handing the hammer?
Yes, so you'll add 1.5 times.
Oopsie. That's an 8. For the attack, it's just my strength modifier, right?
Strength and base attack.
And base attack.
And then because two-handing, you got over 10, which is still pretty good. Oh yeah,
That's true.
Classic Richard getting a 4. So
For anyone who doesn't know, I roll 4s very consistently.
Richard's into it, but at least they're not 1s, right? That could be worse. Rest in peace.
Oh, yeah.
Rest in peace any character Trevor plays. But we have so you go to swing the hammer, but the hammer's like not familiar to you. You're a boxer. You fight with your fists, and having a weapon in your hands is kind of like unfamiliar to you. So you go to swing it, but you're used to jabs, not overhand swings. So you bring it down, and the thing goes about 3/4 of the way up, and it comes back down. You're not really like super happy with the way that went, but you think that you'll probably be able to make your mark at the log toss for sure.
Oh, oof. Maybe next time.
Yeah. And a man with really big, really large mutton chops basically nods at you and says, "Better luck next time." Log toss, boys. I need strength checks. And you guys see a nervous-looking man kind of wringing his hands. Seems a little bit shaken. You're not sure why.
13 from me.
13 from Tor. So you manage to pick up the log, but you go to throw it, and it doesn't. You have to try and like flip it, right? So you try to throw it, and it comes up, but then it knocks and falls onto the ground. Like it's not gonna go very far. How about you, Victor? How'd you do?
I got a 21.
21.
21.
So there is some discussion going on while Tor's making his throw, and maybe that's what threw you off, Tor. Who knows? But there's some discussion about whether or not Victor should be allowed to participate because he has the mechanical arm. It's very, very much like, well, do we let him do it? Because if he's using the mechanical arm, and you just said, you know what, screw it, I just won't use the arm. So you take one hand, and you say, only going to use it to brace. You bring the log up, and then you, using one hand, put your one arm behind your back, and you flip the whole thing one-handed, and it lands perfectly straight before falling over the opposite way. And everyone goes absolutely ballistic.
Damn.
You get a small seashell necklace for that one.
Look, Ma, one hand.
Flexes? Why not? So around this time, you guys have been going around. There's been all kinds of different stands. You've been able to sample foods and drinks that you might, some of us, Astrid particularly, haven't even thought or heard of before, considering she comes from a nomadic tribe that typically just eat the same brand of venison every day. So now it's like there's everything you could possibly think of. There's stuff from Magnamar and Corvosa, all these other imports that have come in and just broadened your cultural horizons, Astrid. So you're able to kind of enjoy all the foods that are available, and then eventually noon comes around, and Father Xantus comes up to the podium, and there's a couple of men who come in from the north of city, and they start pulling a cart behind them. It's covered in a tarp. Big old wagon wheeling it in, and they bring it up to the front, and Father Xantus says, "Can I have everyone's attention, please?" And everyone kind of, slowly but surely, they manage to get everyone kind of over to focus on the things. All the activities have kind of come to a stop for the time being, and one last person falls off the rope ladder. So, with that, you guys end up having so Father Xantus walks up and he says, "Desna, many, many years ago, fell to earth, immortal. She was assisted by a young boy, a blind child. In order to thank this child, she gifted him with immortality in the form of a butterfly. Her way of thanking him, we venerate today, of all days, our equinox into the autumn season." And he holds up a hand, and the guy is pushing the cart. There are a couple of people in the cloister. They pull off the tarp, and thousands of these bright butterflies, swallowtail butterflies to be specific, they fly up and around and all over the place, and some of the children around from the actual city go sprinting after it. And obviously futilely, they're unable to catch them because they all fly away. And
Silly children.
And Father Xantus will say, "We release the 1,000 children of Desna. And as a note, lunch will be provided today by our local taverns." Our local taverns, Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh, God.
So, but he says that all of them, like everyone, will have one meal compensated at the local tavern. Choose your establishment well. Whether it be the Rusty Dragon or the Fat Man's Feed Bag, whether it be the White Deer or any of our other esteemed establishments, please help yourself to a meal on us. And Father Xantus bows and walks off the stage. Very, very nice part of the festival, and you guys actually hear the bell tolling as the butterflies are released. 12 strikes on the actual... so you have 12 strikes as it hits noon. The noonday sun is beating down, but it is not so hot as to ruin the fun. You guys have obviously done a lot of the events. They have a couple of repeats of some of the old ones, like they have another drinking competition, and obviously some of them are there all day if people want to try them. Eventually it comes through, and it has all kinds of cool stuff. We have... So you guys are able to go, and eventually you're kind of... You ask around a little bit, and obviously each of you will ask different people, except for probably Tor, who's just kind of ghosting around. If you do want to ask people, please let me know. I'm down to roleplay that with you. But through your investigation, you've determined that everyone kind of has a flavor for the Rusty Dragon. If you're for travelers, that they're the place to be for travelers.
Ooh, the Rusty Dragon. They didn't order any of my alcohol.
The Rusty Dragon gets a regular import from you guys, but they didn't order anything special for the actual town.
Nah.
They also have the Two Knights Brewery in town, so that's kind of what they have on tap. So we'll start at the top. Astrid, where do you wanna go? You have some options.
We're gonna go to that tourist place, the Rusty Tavern. Rusty Tavern.
Rusty Dragon.
Rusty Dragon.
It's the Rusty
Close.
the Rusty Dragon Inn. Any of the people that you ask about it, obviously you're wide-eyed at everything. That it's all new to you. You hear nothing but good things about the owner of the Rusty Dragon, a woman named Amiko, that everyone seems to have really good things to say about. They say if it weren't for like all the other people, she'd definitely be like one of the people's favorite outside of like the mayor and the sheriff. She's also just as much a staple as they are. So as you come in, you're greeted by this warm, welcoming tavern feel. There's the bar with a surly looking gentleman behind it polishing a glass. You see a TN woman. She's Eastern in nature, so she's Oriental. And she has a very strange-looking guitar on her back. And she's walking around with 3 trays, one balanced between her elbow, one up on one hand, and one on her other hand. She kicks one off to one table, one off to another, and one off to another without skipping a beat or spilling a drop. She then goes back over, takes a cloth out of the back of her belt, I suppose, and then wipes her hands, wipes a table, and then keeps going. She says, "Welcome to the Rusty Dragon."
Okay, I'm gonna go and sit at the table that she just wiped.
Awesome. Yeah. Space is tight, so you did manage to snake in just before somebody else kind of came in and scooped it.
Nice.
Some people are actually standing because snooze you later. Some people actually want to have lots of there's a lot of people who are standing around because there aren't enough tables, and you somehow manage to squeak in and sit down, culturally not realizing that you probably should have waited, but what are they going to do? Tell your parents? So with that being said, you sit down and you can you eventually you'll pay about a gold in drinks. The drinks are obviously not included. However, you'll have the meal compensated. You'll spend about a gold on drinks.
All right, cool. Feeling good.
Going down to Snongle, what's good?
Man, Snongle already forgot the names of the other restaurants.
Awesome. The place that you probably frequent, given your nature, is the Fat Man's Feed Bag.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. You make your way over to the feed bag, and you kick in the door a little bit, and you say, "What's good?"
Yeah, it was good.
Gang, gang. The place is a lot quieter than the Rusty Dragon, being the fat man's feed bag. The seedy-looking bartender kind of squints at you and says, "Thought we kicked you out last time."
Back, baby. What's up?
What's good?
Can't get rid of me.
A man on the back table who's literally just there counting coins. He's got very curly hair, but he's Varisian, so he's very, very swarthy. And he's just counting coins. He raises one hand lazily and then puts it back down and goes back to counting, as if he wasn't even paying attention. But for whatever reason, that tells the bartender that you're good to come in and drink.
Yeah.
You can give me a knowledge local roll, Snongle.
Yes. I can indeed do that. I will do that now. It's going to be +5, so 18.
18? Excellent. You're going to have no issues identifying Jubail, who's a man who you've rightfully never crossed because he is kind of terrifying. You suspect, this is obviously suspicion, it's a lot of conjecture, that he might have a little bit more to him. He might be a little bit of a disreputable individual. He's a little bit cheeky that way, but you do know for a fact that like messing with him is not a good choice. If you need something done, you can definitely pay him, and he'll either have it for you or tell you it's impossible. So Jubail says, "Yeah, you can drink." So you're able to grab a table and continue your bender. Or bender.
Yeah.
Is it bender or bender?
Bender.
Bender?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thunder.
I mean, like, I should know these things. So, we're going to go down to Tor. Where are you drinking?
The place where his horrifying visage will make the most impact. Rusty Dragon Inn.
That's going to be the Rusty Dragon for sure.
Yeah.
You walk in, and everyone kind of almost misses a beat. You see the blonde from the drinking contest earlier sitting at the table, her almost platinum blonde hair, just kind of, it's still caked with mud a little bit, and the raccoon sitting on the table just kind of like gnawing at an apple that it obviously took out of her bag. She's sitting there and she's drinking something. She probably doesn't even know what it is, and probably couldn't tell you if you asked. But she's sitting there.
Tor looks around the room, smiles at everyone, wide-eyed, and almost, how do I describe it? It's not like a strut, but it's almost like a strut. It's
almost a swagger?
Yes. Towards the table that only has that one girl at. He just sits down, says nothing. He looks, raises a hand for food.
Astrid, a terrifying man just sat down at your table.
I recognize him from giving my little raccoon a present earlier, so you know what? There's more to you than what meets the eye.
The raccoon is currently like gnawing on the thing. Just having a little nibble.
Clearly keeping him busy for me.
Naturally, why not? So Tor sits down and you guys enjoy a meal. You guys are served. Amiko kind of like almost hesitant to serve you, Tor, but why not? Like you're a guest goer, and even though you might wear a holy symbol around your neck that's not exactly venerating the best of gods, you're still a customer, and that's what's important.
Yep.
Victor, last but certainly not least, where are you drinking?
Ooh. Victor is gonna go to... Oh, so many choices. Actually, I'm just gonna go to the Fat Bag Inn.
Oh, the Fat Man's Feed Bag?
Fat Man's Feed Bag, yeah. Fat Bag's Inn. Sorry.
Fat Bag, gang, gang. Yeah, Fat Man's Feed Bag. So
Fat Man's Feed Bag.
You walk into the feed bag, and the bartender doesn't really do anything. He's washing a glass that looks visibly dirty with a rag that also looks visibly dirty. This place it's a lot more bustling than it normally would be, but it's not nearly as busy as the Rusty Dragon. You can get a drink, no problem, and they'll also serve you a passable meal. It's not the greatest, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, booze is booze. I need to expand my palate.
You sit down and you see the poor drunken gnome sitting at the bar, kind of like you know that drunken child thing where they like swing side to side on the on the bar stool.
Yeah.
Kicking their little feet too.
That's me.
That's exactly Snongle right now.
Hey, you're the kid I saw earlier who couldn't hold her drink.
I look at him. I'm like, I'm not a kid, and then I like drink some of my alcohol, but it misses my mouth a little bit.
I mean, you're fooling me.
I'm older than you. How old are you?
Oh, Victor, how old is Victor? Hold on. He's an older
I'm older
guy.
than you. Wait, how old are you?
Victor is an older dude, so how old is
He's
Victor?
got gray hairs.
He's graying.
Victor is.
Is that rude to ask?
Victor's 38.
38.
So he's really not that old, but he's sure graying.
Snongle leans in and she's like, "That's what I thought, Sonny." And then just kind of goes back to her drink. And she
Oh,
feels
well,
very
sorry. I should really be respecting my elders then.
Just for my own reference, I was looking at how old Snongle is for the viewers at home. Snongle is 54.
Gnome, that's pretty young though.
It is quite young for a gnome. You're right, and your parents are probably suffering greatly because you're the fifth of 13 children or something like that.
Oh yeah, 5th
Goodness.
of 13. They popped out some babies, and there's another one on the way.
And they hit maturity at like age 50. Oh God, imagine having to pay for that.
God. Well, I'm sorry, little lady, but I wasn't blessed with a fortunate species that lives as long as you do.
You know what? I'll give you that. You're not so bad. And then I slam my fist down and I'm like, "Sir, get this man a drink!"
Evandale, thank you for the raid.
Shout out Evandale.
Hey, thank you guys.
That's dope.
Thanks.
Welcome to the party. We're just getting started with the Swallowtail Festival. We're getting everything going. So, Victor and Snongle, you guys are drinking at the Fat Man's Feed Bag. Tor and Astrid, you guys are drinking at the Rusty Dragon. You guys are just having some pints, having a nice meal, and everyone is fed and ready to go. By the time you're leaving, Snongle, the initial drunkenness from that one mispoured beer is finally on its way.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
So you're stable enough that you can walk yourself out without having to, without throwing up. You're good. So you guys all start making your way back to the center, and by this point, you guys have enjoyed your dinner, you've enjoyed your drinks, you've partied, you guys have talked a little bit, maybe you guys have shared a bit of your backstories with each other. I don't know how much you guys want to divulge. You guys feel free to we'll start with Astrid. Anything you want to tell Tor about yourself while you guys are sharing a table?
No, I'm just kind of new on my own. Haven't really experienced the world by myself yet. So, just figuring it out as we go.
Amazing. And what about Tor? Are you going to share anything with Astrid? Maybe she knows this Tobin you've been looking for.
He would actually say a few things. About halfway through his meal, he would look at the raccoon and repeatedly just make weird faces as it gawks at the apple that it's just devouring. And finally, he would just be like, "What's its name?"
Oh man.
Yeah.
I didn't really look close at that part of the picture yet, but oh my god.
Oh, he's really into that apple. So,
What's its name?
This is Nox, my trash panda.
All right, and yours?
My name is Astrid. I'm also a witch, so I'm a healing witch, actually. So could come in handy for someone like you, I'm pretty sure.
No, not for me. Generally, the people that I'm dealing with, they need it more. But, yeah. I'm surprised you didn't have the same reaction as everybody else here. Why is that?
I come from a family of Vikings, I've seen some pretty scary dudes, and I'm not as shallow as that.
Interesting again. All right.
You're definitely a polar opposite to what she's used to, Tor. She's used to men who stand maybe 7 feet tall and maybe half that wide, and just like walls of muscle. Like she's used to Nordic like Vikings, almost Einherjarn or something.
Okay. Well then, you probably don't know who I'm looking for.
I don't know who you're looking for, no. Do you want to tell me?
Heard of anyone named Tobin?
Tobin. I'm gonna have to
Yeah,
think
and he
this.
rolls his sleeve down a little bit and shows a carved-in name, Tobyn.
Astrid, you can actually give me a knowledge history. You might have done a little bit of research in the time that since you've arrived in Sandpoint. You might have actually seen some more, right? So give me a roll with your knowledge history.
That'll be a 25 total.
So you're going to you'll absolutely have heard about something that the people themselves in Sandpoint have referred to as the recent misgivings, the recent recent misfortune that's happened. They don't like to talk about it, but you've managed to piece together that effectively 1 year ago there was an old chapel that burned to the ground, killing the old preacher, a man by the name of Ezekiel Tobin, and his daughter, a girl by the name of Nualia. They both perished in the fire. So, unfortunately for this guy, you've got... it's going to be very much more... Like, he's going to have a very interesting search because those people are dead.
That's depressing.
Yeah, a little bit, but also confusing. Why would you be sent here, Tor?
Yeah, so I guess your journey ends here, but why did it even begin?
You didn't send me for them, did you? Oh, gosh.
Well, maybe there's something bigger at work, Tor. Who knows?
Zonkathon shooting the shit with you?
Gengar?
When is he not? Really? When is he not?
Tor is almost a favorite punching bag for Zonkathon. He's very much enamored by the fact that he could just bully him and he'll keep worshiping. It's great. Okay.
So, I said why I'm here. Why are you?
I've just felt locked up my whole life, Girl gets sick of the cold, and this place is just full of life, and I felt like I needed to be here.
It's almost to you. It's almost sweltering with the amount of with the lack of snow. It's very strange to you. The land of the Lenoran Kings is renowned for being very frigid, and especially this time of year coming up into autumn, it's usually getting very cold by this point. But it's very nice to be able to walk around in summer garb. Okay. So
Yeah, as you can tell, my skin doesn't get sunlight very often.
just a bit. You're turning almost pink from the amount of time you spent in the sun today. We're going to switch gears for a second. We're going to go to Snongle and Victor. You guys are the Fat Man's Feedbag. What are you guys going to be talking about?
Oh my god.
Victor likes this kid. You want to know how I got this arm?
Yes.
Quite the story. So Victor was making a delivery up in Numeria for one of his boss's most popular alcoholic beverages. But while he was making his way up there, his whole caravan was attacked by giants. Those giants tore us apart, quite literally, he says, as he shakes his fucking his prosthetic around.
Almost twiddling your fingers, like, quite literally.
They
But,
tore
like-
us apart.
But like, and Snongle is like, does it help with arm wrestling?
Well, I was never left-handed to begin with, so I'm usually I arm
Um,
wrestle with my right arm. He challenges you to an arm wrestle right then and there.
yes. Snongle like throws down a glass and like to move it out of the way, and she's like, "Let's go."
Let's go!
Okay, give me opposed strength rolls, guys. One each.
Oh no!
Oh, Snongle.
Mine's an 11 total.
What's your total, Snongle?
I don't have a modifier.
No modifier? Oh my goodness.
I'm
So-
so sad.
So Victor, you put your arm up. It's your left hand, and Snongle uses both her hands. And she is very blatantly cheating, but there's also some kind of charm to it. It's almost hilarious because you do definitely have that size over her. So you're letting her kind of do her thing, and then you notice that a part of your arm is actually a little bit loose, and it starts like tipping back the other way, and you're like, oh no, that's my prosthetic is gonna fail. This is not great. So you grab it with your other wrist, and you basically slam it down fairly easily. But it's a near thing. Your arm, the one gasket, you basically quickly whip out a wrench and tighten up that one bolt. Maybe you forgot in your last maintenance.
I mean, it's kind of rude of me to even like arm wrestle it with that hand. It just seems like cheating.
You guys have both been drinking.
That's true.
Okay, but now Snongle has a very important question.
Yes,
She
my
asked-
child.
She asks if he's able to remove the arm like on his own, or is it like a whole process? Because then she's like, I pickpocket, so that would be like so easy. Like that would help so much.
Like having your own detachable arm.
Yeah, and you just kind of like it's an extension, so you're just hanging out in the crowd, and then you just like kind of take it off and put it in the other hand and just kind of use it to, you know.
I mean, if you've got the time, I could show you how it comes off.
Yeah.
Victor slowly starts like pulling out tools and sort of picking away at the shoulder part of his arm, and eventually it just kind of like comes loose after 10 minutes. He hands it to you so you can look at it.
And Snongle just looks at it and she's like, dude, you're the coolest person I've ever met at this festival.
You should have seen my old one. Not quite as impressive.
It's okay. This one's pretty good. You can smack people with it. Detach it and smack them.
Challenge people to duels.
Yeah.
I mean, it's made of metal. I don't know if you want to be slapping somebody with it.
That's honestly the highest demand for satisfaction, really.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Pulling off the glove. Just give me 10 minutes. Hold on. Fucking takes the whole arm off.
Yes.
I challenge you to a duel, good sir.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
As you're finally starting to get your arm reassembled and attached back to basically its socket, it does have an almost anchor that is built into your shoulder, surgically implanted there. But you manage to socket your arm back on, and you're just rolling the joint to make sure that it's still working. And at that point, you guys hear a crack like a distant thunder. It's a sharp retort that basically makes everybody else. You can hear that there's like a "oh" outside. You guys all kind of come outside. Everyone in the Rusty Dragon and the Fat Man's Feed Bag all kind of file out and make their way back to town. Not fireworks.
Oh no, not fireworks.
The sun is just setting in the west, and the sky is starting to dim. There's beautiful oranges and purples dancing across the horizon, as well as the touch of green along the partially cloudy sky. Those brilliant oranges of sunset. As Father Zant is standing again up on the podium, and he says, it's cutting through the excited crowd. The entire crowd goes silent. The only thing that you can hear is a dog that kind of wakes up. There's maybe 24 conversations that are quickly getting hushed. All the heads turn towards that central podium where Father Xantus, beaming, his energy is honestly, you can tell this man loves his faith. He is very happy to be up there. He is happy to be celebrating this with you, everyone in the crowd. He clears his throat and takes a deep breath, but suddenly, before he can even speak, there is a woman who screams, and it cuts through the air like a knife. A few moments later, there's more screams, and then another, and then another. And suddenly there's a huge surge of strange new voices, high-pitched, tittering shrieks that sound not quite human. The crowd parts, something low to the ground races by, giggling, disturbing glee, as the stray dog gives a pained yelp. It was hiding underneath the cart, and then collapses with a gurgle. The dog's throat was cut from ear to ear. Its blood starts pooling around its head, and the raucous sound of a strange song, chanted from shrill, scratchy voices.
Tor draws his spike chain and begins looking around, looking at like all the guards and like nodding, like what the heck's going on.
Well, as you're kind of like trying to get a handle on things, you can hear coming from Northgate as well as from the eastern part of town the awful sound, a cacophony of goblins singing. Goblins chew and goblins bite. Goblins cut and goblins fight. Stab the dog and cut the horse. Goblins eat and take by force. Goblins race and goblins jump. Goblins slash and goblins bump. Burn the skin and mash the head. Goblins hear and you be dead. Chase the baby. Chase the baby, catch the pup. Bonk the head to shut it up. Bones be cracked and flesh be stewed. We be goblins, you be food.
Oh, God.
That was beautiful.
At
Just
least
attacking the dogs, or is that at all of us?
Well,
I think that's all.
that's definitely at all of us.
Yeah.
That's definitely at all of us.
Like a goblin marching band.
it's a bunch of goblins that are all moving around and doing their own chanting cries. A lot of them are out of tune, and a lot of them just aren't making a lot of sense generally, but some of them are just screaming and cackling, causing destruction, breaking stuff. A couple of them have torches and are setting fires to things. Everything goes crazy. I'm going to need you guys to give me an initiative roll.
Ah, man, here we go.
Let's do this thing.
Okay.
18 total for me.
18 also.
What's your guys' initiative bonuses?
Plus one.
Plus 4.
Okay, Snongle will go first. And our main melee men are going to be going absolutely last.
I've got a 5. I've got a 5 total.
7 total. Wait, no. Yeah, 7.
I have 5 total here.
By the light. That first one is the actual proper roll.
Oh, no.
I would rather you not.
Seriously, though. I wish so, too. I wish it could be the case, but unfortunately.
I haven't been rolling well tonight again. Oh, goodness gracious. All right. Let's die. First session. Let's do this.
Let's go, gamers.
Let's go, gamers.
I'm hoping nobody dies this session, but the game can absolutely be cruel.
Oh, no, after all the effort of making
The way
these characters.
Nox's game is going, he's not going to survive.
Oh, no. So as you guys are coming up, you guys can see... I'm going to need perception rolls from you guys.
Okay.
As you still hear this song being chanted all over the city, I'm going to do you guys a big favor of not making you guys hear that over and over again, because I've heard that some people like to do that, and it's kind of sadistic, in my opinion.
I'll just play an MP3 of it.
Oh, I can't, and I won't.
I got a 12 total.
12
I
total?
got a 10 total.
26.
How about you, Victor? What'd you get?
21.
21?
21.
I can't get you right by rolling.
You see
Oh god, here they come.
3 goblins over here smashing stuff on the other side of this cart. There's only 3 of them, but you guys have some very interesting competition. The top of the round is going to be the goblins, and they're going to... Yeah, they're hyped up. They're bouncing pretty much off the walls, literally causing damage. And
Children, if you give them weapons.
seriously though, except little murder masochist monsters.
Some children with weapons.
It's true.
Sorry.
So this one has its dog slicer, a crude-looking metal knife attached to some like plank of wood. It's barely even held together, but it seems like he uses it quite efficiently. He's going to charge at you, Astrid. I'm going to do each goblin's round separately so as to avoid things like... I'm going to make sure everything is all fair and dandy. So that one is going to move and hold a standard. This one is going to move 1, 2, 3. You got a metal arm and that's shiny. 4.
No.
And he's going to hold an attack. This one is going to come 1, and he's going to start ripping apart this tent. It's one of the displays, and it's going to start just like bashing it with. It will say that this is the actual. This is the test your strength section with the big hammer and bell, and he picks up the hammer and starts smashing the thing to pieces with it.
He's testing his strength.
Well, he's testing it quite efficiently. They're not very strong, but they're annoying little blighters. It's going to go to Snongle's turn first.
Yes, the next small thing. All right. So I'm gonna whip out my what's it called? My gnome flick mace.
The flick mace. So you reach down to your belt and you basically pull out something that looks like almost a regular ball peen hammer, and then you flick your wrist and it lengthens into this long pole arm. And it's very strange. There are people screaming and running away from the town center. They're doing their best to avoid any kind of confrontation with these goblins. A couple of people fell victim to them, whether they had like ankles cut or they got stabbed or something. Maybe one person's on fire running around trying to get themselves put out. Somebody else chasing after them with a cloak trying to like put the fire out. The whole city is in chaos. It is an absolute tragedy. So you have your flick mace drawn. You have a standard action left.
That means I can move, right?
You can use that to move, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm gonna move in on one of those goblins. I'm the only tiny monster in this town.
Okay, which goblin are you going after?
Whichever. I didn't think that one through. Whichever one's closest, hypothetically. I guess that would be the one attacking Astrid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go help her out.
1, 2, and 3. It's within your threat range, but you're unable to attack this turn. It's going to then go to Astrid herself.
Hey, Astrid is going to pull out ear-piercing scream on this goblin that's trying to attack.
Okay. Because you're in melee combat, I'm going to need a concentration check. So what that means is you're going to give me a roll. It's going to be it should be under your spells. Concentration. There we go. It is spell save DC is 13. Your concentration check is at +4. So give me a roll and add 4, and we'll see if you're going to get an attack of opportunity or not.
14.
Okay, I believe that you're going to be getting an attack of opportunity. Concentration. While you're casting, something interrupts it. Okay. So you fail to cast defensively, but you haven't lost the spell yet. The thing is going to get an attack of opportunity against you, and we're going to see if it hits you. If it does, we're going to have to make another concentration check to still cast the spell. That will miss horribly, so your spell will be cast. What do we need?
Wait, what?
For your spell, what's the saving throw?
DC 14, Fortitude partial.
For a partial. Okay, perfect. So, we're going to roll up Fortitude save. So it's one creature. I'm assuming it's the one right next to you, right?
Yes.
So, we have to roll fortitude. 1. Okay. The goblin manages to... It has its dog slicer, but it manages to... It goes up to swing, but then sees what you're about to do. Its eyes go wide, and it holds its ear shut for the partial save. Because an ear-piercing scream is still going to suck no matter who you are. So, it takes d6 point of... Yeah, okay, give me a roll d6 for damage. As you let out this absolute wail. It is quite unsettling for everyone around, and even Tor, like, you're kind of like, wow, she just screamed real hard. So, you're going to do 2 points of damage to this goblin.
Take that, you little shit.
Yeah, he's not thrilled about that. You still have a move action if you'd like to take it. If you want to draw your staff or anything like that.
Okay, yeah, I'll draw my staff with that move action.
Okay, excellent. It then goes to Victor. There's goblins afoot.
Oh boy. I'm gonna take a couple steps forward, moving towards the goblin.
Okay.
Directly ahead of me.
So you move up directly to the goblin in front of you that came rushing around the other side of the cart. You're cracking your knuckles a bit. You're ready to splatter some green blood.
All right, I'm gonna give him a good old good old whack.
As you're walking up to it, the thing looks at you. It's got its dog slicer. It's got its manic grin. Its bright, beady red eyes, and it says, "Longshanks, one arm. Me take. Me take."
No, this is expensive.
Give me a roll.
All right, roll to hit.
15 will miss. Oh, 15 plus your bonuses. Give me your bonuses.
Plus, do I add my strength modifier?
You're going to be adding your attack mod, so you're using all your good times.
Ooh, right. So that's a 20 then total.
20 total.
Yep.
Just making sure there's nothing funky about war chanter bonuses or anything like that. So I don't think there will be for that particular thing. So you connect. Don't forget about your style that you're implementing, your outslug style. So you're going to have your bonus to your weapon damage rolls until the beginning of your next turn, as well as that dodge bonus. So, Richard, give me some...
Don't I need to make a 5-foot step for that?
Technically, every time you come into within that 5 feet, the end of your turn is automatically on a 5-foot step.
Oh, okay.
I believe that's the case. If it's not, then somebody call me out. However, give me a roll damage.
1d6 plus 4... That's 8 damage.
8 points of damage. You come in and you punch, you beat this goblin across the head. So, which goblin is this? This poor bugger. So, goblin comes up to you and says, "Longshanks, shiny arm, me take." And you look at it and you say, "You want it that badly." You come up to it and you punch it in the head hard enough to indent its face, and it collapses backwards on the ground, gushing blood out of its mouth and basically the dent that you made its face into.
Ooh, gross. I'm going to shake some of that off. Also, because talking is allowed as a free action, I'm going to scream at that one guy you mentioned was on fire.
Yep.
Fucking stop, drop, and roll.
Stop, drop, and roll.
Stop being on fire.
It's good advice, let's be real. It's very good advice. Right. I found that just deleting things is kind of rough. So, this first goblin collapses to the ground in a puddle of its own blood and mucus. It goes to the next person in the initiative. It's going to be Tor.
I run up to the goblin that's in front of Astrid.
Okay.
And with my spike chain in hand, I go down into an almost hunched over, and I smile at the goblin with my toothy grin matching his, and I'll twist the spike chain around.
So you basically
physically looking like I'm trying to wrap it around its neck.
So you do that. You wrap it around your own hand. There's some blood that comes off your own hand. Not enough to cause damage or anything like that, but you definitely have some some old wounds that you're opening with that one, but that's in the name of your god. It's time to send them some pain.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You come up and you basically lash out with the end of the spike chain. I'm gonna need some damage.
That's 10 damage.
10 points of damage. The bladed end of the spike chain comes up and absolutely just takes the goblin's head off. Its tiny, spindly neck was no match for the spike chain. It wraps around once, and then the blade severs through the neck, the head falling separately, and the body basically patting the shoulders and the stump where it would have been. It looks like it's looking at its own hands, but it doesn't have a head to look at them from before collapsing to the ground in two halves, basically. Goblin's heads are quite large.
Tor's smile widens as he turns towards the last goblin, and he begins cackling slightly. For anyone at home, Tor has the feat known as Cruelty.
Yeah, you do.
So he gains a +2 morale bonus on attack rolls for the next round.
Yeah, you absolutely do. So you're going to have an even easier time of kicking ass. So it then goes to the top of the round with this poor devil here. His friend is dead, but he's also still hyped up that he's basically smashing the thing. He throws the hammer down, and he's still got the dog slicer that he picks up. He's still looking menacing with it. He's still, like, having a great time. He comes sprinting at you, Tor. He's going to charge. We want that to be there. Yeah, perfect. So it comes sprinting up to you and takes a sweep at you with its knife. What's your armor class?
My armor class is 15.
15? I'm going to miss absolutely horribly because even with the War Chanter, that is not good enough. The thing comes up. It almost slides a bit in its friend's gore that was left from its stump and its head. It comes up in between and slips a bit and fumbles its roll. He almost has to struggle to stay standing, but he reasserts himself and holds onto his knife more thoroughly. He'll be ready for next round. Goes to next in the initiative, which is Snongle.
Snongle's just gonna charge and try and whip her little weapon.
Well, you're already well within range.
Yeah, let's do it then.
So
Let's smack him.
Give me a full attack, my dear.
Okay. Let me look at my thing.
I believe it's a straight roll. No, it's a +1.
Oh, okay, cute. So 11.
11 isn't good enough.
Ah, man.
But you come in, you sweep with the hammer, but you're also trying to find a way around Astrid, who is still basically like, her hands were in strange positions as she was casting her spell last round. From last round, she was casting her spells, so you're trying to find a way around her, but you're having difficulty maneuvering. You do still have a move action, though, if you want to try and reposition yourself.
Yeah, I might as well.
Okay. Where are you going to go?
Slide to the right. I guess diagonal. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to go forward.
So you're going to go up. You're going to go closer to where they came from.
Yeah, sorry, go on.
You coming up to attempt to flank?
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but sure.
It's a thing you're going to use a lot.
Ah, okay. I was once a bard, and now I am, unfortunately.
You're no longer a bard, but you are quite an established rogue. And
It's true.
You do still have the musical skill. You've got the gift.
It's true.
You got the gift. The gift of the rhythm and the rhyme. It then goes to Astrid's turn.
Right, so I have my staff out. Let's go for an attack with the staff on this little goblin.
All right, give me a roll, staff attack.
Total.
6 total. You sweep at it with your lantern. The thing isn't lit as well, so it's just kind of doing its own thing. You're just kind of swiping at it to try and keep it away from you. Tor, who was sitting with you for your meal, he comes up and he cuts a goblin's head off as you're basically reeling from casting your spell. As you sweep out with the lantern staff, the thing ducks out of the way. So it then goes to, you still have a move action if you'd like to reposition as well.
Oh my god.
Okay, yeah, let's move forward a couple spaces and get on the other side of it from Tor.
So you're going to move, take a 5-foot shift. So in order to avoid another attack of opportunity, you're really risking it with these ones, eh? You're going to have to basically disengage and like 5-foot shift back before trying to move around for the next round.
Okay. Let's just move to the right 2 spaces then for now.
Okay.
Or 1 or 2,
So
however many.
You're gonna shift over that way. So you've come in. So that is your turn, Astrid. It's gonna go to Victor. These things are made of Play-Doh, dude.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take 3 squares to the left, 15 feet.
So 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm. Also, I think I do need to specifically use a 5-foot step for that for outside style.
If I try and use it against you, it's going to be the same on both sides. That's the rule. So as long as it's consistent.
Yeah, I'm going to enable that style, although I'm not making use of it yet. I am going to, because styles you have to turn on and off, right? Basically.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're going to assume I'm going to turn it on.
Okay. So Outslug style is on. You've taken your 15 feet.
And I'm going to give him a good old punch in the gob.
Smack him.
He's a goblin.
Yeah. Give me a roll.
20 plus 5 to hit. That's 23.
Okay, rad. So you come in and you smack this goblin as well. Give me a roll for damage.
Roll d6 plus 4, 5. That's 9 damage.
9 points of damage. You come in, and everyone who's in this basically part of the brawl, you feel the ground shake as Victor comes up and basically does 3 big steps. Boom, boom, boom. And he clobbers the goblin in the side of the head. Basically, it goes careening into the wreckage that was the test your strength. And obviously a little bit of duality that Victor ended up not doing so well at that, but he did end up impaling the goblin on the actual mechanism itself. This wooden plank sticking up out of it, it lands on it, looking down at this shard of wood through its stomach and questioning what it is, and then kind of looks up and is like, oh, and then dies.
Oh.
Tor looks to Victor. That's your prize.
Oh, yeah. Victor nods.
Snongle's like, oh my god, he's so cool. He punched him.
You punched him.
It's about that time that you guys are taking a breath. You guys are kind of looking at each other. There's a bunch of dead goblins. There's still people screaming all over the small town, but you guys are unscathed. That you guys kicked the crap out of some goblins. You guys take a breather, maybe like 30 seconds. You just kind of like stop and you're like, okay, cool. At that point, I'm gonna need a perception check from you guys.
Oh no.
While they're taking the breather, Tor would look at the 2 he's not introduced himself to and just says, Tor, by the way.
Snongle's like, hi, I'm Snongle. And she got a 17 on perception. She doesn't say that part out loud. I don't say that.
That's a 22. That's a
My
22.
perception, 17.
That's a 22 from me, bro.
So everyone but Victor. Oh, actually, okay. So there's Victor's roll.
24.
Yes, 21. I was just being patient. I was waiting.
No, I saw your 5 roll on the D6 and thought it was your D20. I'm like, oh, I guess you don't see. Every single one of you will notice that there's some sounds coming from over this general area.
Oh no, they're multiplying.
I got chills.
Goblins multiplying.
Hopefully not. So you can hear that even though, like, you take 30 seconds, but eventually you guys can hear that there's still the passive song being sung, and it's annoying and loud and boisterous and poorly tuned. Everything's just terrible. But you can hear it very persistently over in this corner. And you look over. I'm going to need a... who got the highest in the perception? Tor. You would remember from when you were walking around, there were some people pushing this exact cart, and they said flat out that this is part of the fireworks display. These goblins are all carrying torches.
We're gonna want to run.
You're going to want to stop them. They haven't lit it yet.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's very different.
It is it's much different.
I book it towards them.
Okay.
And I yell, "That's fireworks!" towards the group.
We're going to re-roll initiative, just because we've had a bit of a chance. Goblins. I'm also going to roll...
Oh, come on, man! That's a 3. It's a 3 total.
I got an 18 again.
Okay.
Oh, that's a... is that a 4? Yeah, 5. 5.
Okay, so I think I made the first roll there. Yeah, so we got at the top, it would probably be Snongle. The Snongle, what your initiative bonus is +4, right? What's your bonus, Tor? Or sorry, yeah, no, hang on.
No.
Tor, you're going dead last. What am I talking about?
Yeah, I'm dead last week.
Oh,
I don't think you'll have a good enough bonus to make up for that.
No, I've got a +1. There ain't no way I'm coming back from that.
Pretty much.
I will
dude.
never initiatively cover from this.
I got a +2 right now.
All right.
So.
Okay, so Victor, 15. Astrid. What's your total, Astrid? 5 total?
Yep.
Excellent. The War Chanter. That's not the image I needed. There you are. Okay, he's got a really good initiative. So... And then Snongle, your total will be 18.
Yeah.
And then we have Tor with a big, I think 3. Yeah, 3. And then we have Victor with a... What is your initiative, Victor?
That was a +2, so I'm at 15.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I already took that down. I'm dumb. I needed the other goblins one. That's what I needed. That's what I'm talking about.
It's okay.
Oh wow, they're
It's okay,
really good.
fine.
They're really good at that. Good grief. Okay. Okay. So you guys are only gonna have a couple of rounds, maybe 2, to get to these goblins and stop them setting fire to this display. This one obviously is using some kind of strange magic that seems to be enlivening the other goblins, basically bringing them to a crescendo to cause more destruction. They want to break stuff. Ooh, they want to break stuff like a Dane Cook concert.
Oh god.
Smash windows, cause destruction. So the top of the round is going to be the goblins. So this is going to be round 1. They're going to spark up their torches, and they're ready to go with those. Those torches are lit this round. So it then goes to the War Chanter, who is going to continue the performance, and is going to... It's going to use its short bow. And it's going to try and... So we've got... Okay, we got enough room. So 1, 2, 3, 4. While still singing, it moves up here, and it's going to fire at you guys. I'm going to need everyone to... I'm going to roll a d4. Two. Okay, it's going to be Victor. So what is your armor class, Victor?
Armor class is 18.
Excellent. Roll it. And it comes up. You basically move. Obviously, this is a little bit of interpretation, but you move up between Astrid and the goblins, and you hold your one arm up, and you basically deflect it off of the shield attachment to your arm. and basically backhand the arrow away, knocking it to the floor.
Ping.
Ping, indeed. It then goes to Snongle. Hammer's drawn still.
Okay, I had a vision. So obviously I'm gonna wanna kind of barrel forward, right? I gotta go F up these guys. So
Exactly.
I'm gonna move. Yeah.
So where are we going?
I'm going I guess over to the right and then forward. Yeah, like diagonally like that. Yeah. And so I know I only have like one thing that I can do after this.
Well, that's about as far as you can get with a double move.
This is what I'm with a double move. All right.
Yeah.
Then yeah. All right. I was thinking about changing my weapon to my range weapon.
Your
I have my
sling?
sling. Yeah. It won't do too much, but it's at least like they're armed with fire.
This is true. So you can drop your flick mace over here, and on your way over, so you drop it and move, and then you use your other action, you pull out your sling.
Yeah, I probably can't fire it, but I at least have it out now.
Yeah, you do have the appropriate weapon out. Your range for that is 50 feet, by the way. So
is that doable?
it's 10 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, you can do it, but you don't have any actions yet.
All right.
So you use both your actions this round, but next round you're definitely within range to hit them with your sling.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay, it then goes to, that was Snongle's turn. It's going to go to Victor.
All right. How do I run again? Because that's a lot. That's a huge distance to cover.
Run is a full round action. You move 3 times your movement, and you can only move in a straight line.
Does that include diagonals?
So if you moved diagonally, you can move straight in that diagonal line. If you're gonna, it's kind of like how you have that weird pixeling thing if you're on like Photoshop and you drag a line, and sometimes it gets jagged if it's single pixel.
Yeah.
We can do that kind of line where it's like down 1 2, down 1 2, down 1 2 to kind of get more of an awkward diagonal, but you can absolutely run directly towards them.
I was going to say like that perfect diagonal right there. The first one's 5 feet and subsequent 10 feet. 15.
Because running is it's a good movement. That is the feet run. I don't want that. I want movement.
I can get over there. I can just get over there running.
Yeah, easy peasy.
Yeah. So I'm going to move up like next to the cart and that one goblin closest to us.
Okay. So you move in 1, 2,
around
3,
sprint.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, you're over there and then some, dude. So if you double move from here,
no, because like all the subsequent ones are 10 feet. So if it's 3 times my movement, that's 90 feet. That's 80 feet right now, right there. So I'm like just barely. I could move 1 more square into the cart.
well, that's only a double move. You don't even have to run, dude. You have 6 squares of movement, dude.
No, because diagonal ones cost 10 feet.
They do. You're right. Okay, yeah. So, sorry, I'm used to personal house rules. That's my bad. So we're gonna play with this one properly. We're gonna make sure that diagonals are adhered to.
5, 6,
So you can get just over there. Just remember when it comes to your run, you can do that for a number of rounds. That's fine. I believe there was an armor class penalty for doing this.
for sprinting.
Yeah, for a run. But I can't find one, so I'm assuming that it's not there. That's fine.
For now, it just doesn't exist.
If it don't matter to me if it exists or not. So, the next in the initiative is going to go to Astrid.
Okay, how close do I have to be to cast a spell on a creature?
It's very dependent on the spell.
What about sleep?
Sleep.
Within 10 feet?
So sleep, you can do that within. It is okay. So it's 100 plus 10 feet per level, and it's 1 or more moving creature within a 10-foot radius. Which 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So if you were to hit the War Chanter here, you'd be able to get all of them. Problem is, you'd also catch a Victor.
Hey, Victor, you want to go for a nap?
I accept this sacrifice.
Okay.
You'll sacrifice?
So.
It depends. Do you think would your character do that to me? I mean, my character is a very accepting guy. He would understand.
I'll wake you up.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you'll be woken up with knives. Who knows, man?
Or hopefully, we're not going to have to worry about it because he's going to get really good on the roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's hope for a good roll there.
Okay, so you cast Sleep. Describe how you cast it. Talk to me about your spell. What's up with it?
Okay, so first of all, my little raccoon friend starts singing, like humming a goodnight like melody, and it just makes the goblins just stare at him. And his eyes are so round like saucers that they just make them leap to the tune.
Okay,
of his
excellent.
little hum.
So it's almost a chittering, but it's almost to the theme of like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. And the raccoon's eyes glow with this bright blue energy that only the goblins and as well Victor can see. I'm going to need all of y'all's, Victor specifically, to give me I believe it's a will save.
Willpower save. Let's see. Ooh, boy. Roll. Nice.
Nice. Okay, they're going to roll, and I need to make 4 separate ones. So the first one is going to be for the War Chanter, because they have a bit of a different thing. This effect, is it a charm effect? That will be important later. It is a mind-affecting compulsion, not a charm effect. Very good. So that means that it's only going to have its base. So, roll it. War Chanter is out, unconscious. As it's singing and it falls flat on its back. We're gonna just fire these next ones off because it's all 3 of them are goblins, just basic boys. Okay, this is gonna be great. 1, 2, 3.
Good night.
Nighty night, boys.
Night night.
And with that, all 3 of the torches fall to the ground. Victor, you managed to close your eyes in time, and you kind of like focus on the goblins at hand, making sure the fire doesn't get absorbed in. You guys are welcome to do whatever you want with these goblins. They're going to be unconscious for, let's see how many rounds. Up to 4 HD, so you can get them all easy. It's going to be
1 minute per level.
1 minute per level, so they're unconscious for a minute. You guys have 1 minute to either tie them up or coup de grace them.
Tor would just be going up to coup de grace.
Okay.
And he would be pretty much taking the bladed part of his spike chain, putting it like to like the base of their throat, and then stomping it through and pulling it out and moving on to the next one.
Everyone will be a little bit disgusted by this. Not that it's to surprise any of you from what this man has shown himself provable. However, even though Tor might give off more like scary vibes, you also saw what Victor did to those goblin skulls with his arm. Like, you guys are all dangerous people. Tor's just a little bit more forward about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave Tor to the coup de grace because like.
Okay.
I mean,
Quick
not
and
that
effective.
Victor wouldn't do it, but no, he's doing it quick and effective.
Do you want to keep any alive to potentially interrogate them at all?
Tor keeps one alive.
Which one?
That one. The War Chanter, actually. And what he does is he takes.
I believe you have a pair of manacles, actually.
I do have a pair of manacles. Yeah, no, he's gonna manacle this goblin, and then he's gonna. I don't know.
Are you gonna thumb screw him?
Yeah, I was going to thumbscrew him. So, Tor will. I'm assuming that stage has like open legs, or is it like blocked off?
It's partially blocked off. It's a very well built stage.
Okay. If there's any spot that I can also tie his legs to the pole.
You could probably do that to one of the wagon spokes, realistically.
Yeah, I'll do that. So I loop the rope through. So he's laying down on his back.
Yeah.
I loop the rope through so that both ends tie onto one of his legs.
Oh.
So that way, if he moves one leg, his other leg gets taut, but it goes both ways. But both sides are tied tight to his ankles.
That is horrific, dude.
And then he is manacled, and I'm putting the thumb screws on.
Oh, God. So for anyone who doesn't know, thumb screws are something they introduce in horror adventures. They are a torture device that basically are... It is a metal armature consisting of two parallel spike-studded bars that close together, and then the user tightens the frame's screws, crushing the victim's thumb between them. The victim restrained with thumb screws is able to move but can't effectively wield weapons, hold items, or perform actions or skill checks that require manual dexterity. -5 penalty on a bunch of stuff. It's honestly a nightmare to try and get out of them, and it definitely does non-lethal damage as well. That's enough that could probably knock this thing unconscious on its own. They are scary, scary implements, and this poor devil had some put on while he was asleep, and he wakes up and he's feeling a lot less excited about the prospects of this raid that they've set up. So
Tor's physically standing above it, staring down with a manic smile.
Oh, your rictus grin is obviously like the most terrifying thing. It's awful.
He does like a little almost like the fingertips are waving. He doesn't wave the hand, but he does like the little, I don't know, almost like the you see a friend and you're just like, hey, over here, sort of a thing.
Yeah.
He's just like doing that to the goblin as he's smiling.
Okay.
And he looks to the others. Any questions?
It's at that exact moment that Sheriff Hemlock comes running into the town square clearing. Obviously, he's been doing some damage control. He is covered in soot. He is covered in dirt and mud. He also has blood along his blade. This big, imposing Shawanti man, he doesn't have very many words, but what he lacks in words, he brings in an ass-kicking, which he's been dealing all on his own against goblins all over the rest of the city.
I wave him over, pointing to the alive goblin.
He comes over to you, and he's got his sword in his one hand, and he looks at what you've done to the goblin. He says, I wouldn't have tied it to the firework cart, but it's not a bad place to keep it. And then he looks down at its thumbs, and he says, well, I guess it's not doing anything much of late. What did you do to it?
Everything.
The sheriff will have a brief moment to have PTSD of some... Oh, goodness gracious me. A moment to just kind of like think about the implications of what that might mean and deciding against asking you, because that's terrifying. So he's going to say, leave it with me. I'll keep an eye on it. You guys have done enough. Thank you so much for your help.
Are there more goblins?
Oh, they're all over the city. It's almost impossible to get them all. They're little nasty little teeth mashers. I'm not sure. It's at that moment that you can hear that there are cries for help coming from northern end of town. He says, I'll stay with this one. It seems like it might know more information. You guys go and see to whoever needs help up there.
You fine if I take the thumb screws off? It's got manacles.
He's going to take out his own set of manacles, replace yours.
I'll take both then, and I'll take them off. I'll hook them onto their spots. I'll nod and get booking it towards the screams for help.
He watches as you take the thumb screws off, kind of taking note of like, oh my god, that is absolutely horrifying. Like, he looks absolutely morbidly fascinated with what you've done to this goblin. You've very effectively disabled it in a very short amount of time. It was very impressive, the lot of you. You guys,
That's how he do.
he says, you guys are going to want to take a left on. He's going to give you some very basic directions as to how to get to where he thinks the noise is coming from. He says, it's near Highgate. It's going to be a left here, a right here, and then straight shot. You can't miss it. Listen for the screams. It'll definitely help you on your way.
Understood. Let's go.
So you guys begin to make your way along the streets of Sandpoint. There are a ton of dead dogs. There are horses that have been cut up and killed. They're just awful little, nasty little shits, these goblins. They're terrible. They kill every dog they see. There are some women and children that have been cut or killed. There are some men who have obviously been trying to fight them and lost their lives doing so. And there are some people that are just sitting there nursing wounds and trying to, like, keep themselves together. The morale is obviously low in the city. As you guys arrive towards Northgate, it seems that everything's sort of quieted down in the town. Obviously, any leftover goblins that are still singing don't realize what's happened, and there's a bunch of goblin corpses as well, more so than people, which is kind of a happy medium. So you guys go, and you arrive at Northgate, where you guys can see a couple of goblins hiding over here. As you guys come up, they're actually hiding over... Sorry. I had a last-minute map change. So they're hiding over here because they were scared of the dog that just got axed. You guys make your way up, and you arrive at Northgate, where some of these... The gate is wide open, which is already a red flag to you guys. Why was it left open on a festival like today, of all times? As you round the corner, you can see that there is what remains of a dog. It is obviously howling. It's yowling in pain, and it is slowly but surely, its life ebbs away. And as you guys come around this corner, you can see that the dog is dead. There's a...
Why do they keep killing dogs?
It's because they're goblins. They don't really have a better explanation than that. Goblins hate dogs. Goblins hate horses, and they kill them. That's why their weapons are dog slicers and horse choppers. There's a bigger particular goblin, like very specifically, who is riding this nasty mongrel-looking rat thing that's about the size of a dog. It looks really gross. Anyone can give me a knowledge nature if you guys want to learn more.
Let's see. Victor does not have knowledge nature.
I was not surprised in the least, I'll be honest with you. I don't think any of you guys do.
Nah.
Okay, well,
No.
this thing will remain a mystery to you, but it's really gross looking, and it's albino as hell.
What is this thing?
And there's a goblin on its back wearing a very particular headpiece. It's got a very long pole arm. It's called a horse chopper. It's about all you guys know. And you can hear over to the left of this house that this man is hiding behind some of the rain barrels. A loud cheer goes up. Yeah! Bunk the head! Bunk the head! And so on and so forth. They're shouting and screaming, doing all sorts of like wild dances. These two are just kind of like holding each other's hands and like prancing around, that now that this dog is out of the way, they can get their prize. The man looks absolutely horrified, and he says, "Please, by the gods, help me!"
Oh no, is that his puppy?
It was his faithful companion.
Tor walks forward and whips the chain, making like the rattling sound, and he looks at the goblins. And he begins like almost grabbing at his face, and I'm going to actually use From the Grave.
Okay.
It looks like he starts pulling skin off of his face and throwing it to the ground as half of it like is almost decomposed, looking like it.
Okay. Give me a roll. I'm going to need a roll from you. It's going to be disguise.
Okay. Let me go up.
You are going to get the bonus from your...
It's a 7.
It's not great. Nobody's going to believe that you're actually undead, but you are still manifesting your other abilities with it. So you have your bonuses to your disguise. You might not look undead, but you definitely appear gaunter. Your face seems to sink in on itself. Maybe your pupils dilate a little bit. It's very unsettling to see for everybody else. You will have your bonus against the disease saving throws, mind effects, paralysis, etc. You'll also get your bonus on the intimidate if that's what you're looking to do right now.
What I was looking to do, I'm hoping to try and, if not scare off the big guy, I'm going to let out like a scream towards the other three, directly looking at those three.
Just a nightmarish, like, throaty, like, screech. I'm going to need you to give me before we roll initiative, I'm going to need before you roll your intimidate, I'm going to need an initiative roll.
Okay. 11 from Tor.
Okay. Astrid, I need your initiative.
14.
Okay, that's the Goblin Commando, and then regular goblins. Okay. So
You mind too, right?
Yes, please. So Tor, you got the 10, right?
Yeah, I got an 11 total.
I got 9.
14 with my initiative bonus.
Okay. Victor?
I got a 10.
10.
I actually go before people. What?
Wow.
GC got 19 plus his bonus. Okay, that's not bad at all. So and then goblins got that, which means they're going to have this. Astrid, what is your initiative bonus?
+1.
+1? Okay. Goblins will be going before you. So the top of the round is going to be the Goblin Commando. He's going to come riding up on this nasty, you can only think of to call it a goblin dog. It comes up and basically charges at you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, I looked it up, Luke. It's every other that's 10 feet.
Is it every other?
Yeah, it's like 5 and then 10 and then 5 and then 10 for like consecutive diagonals.
Wild. Excellent ruling. I like that. So we have, so it's 5, 15, 20. He's going to get right here, and he's going to take a swing at you, Victor. What's your flat-footed armor class?
Oh no! My flat-footed armor class is 16.
16? Roll it.
16.
Okay. That is definitely going to hit you. Comes in fast with the horse chopper. It's flying behind it. It almost looks like it's a knight using a lance, except it's a gross green-looking shitlord with a really rusty-looking kitchen knife taped to the end of a broomstick.
Ew.
It comes up and it lances it at you and stabs into you. It's going to do some damage, my guy. Dang.
Please don't hurt me.
You're going to take 8 points of damage as it comes in and lashes into you. You hold your arm up to try and stagger the blow a little bit, but your reflexes aren't fast enough. You haven't processed that the fight started yet. You go to bring the arm up and it stabs into your shoulder right where your prosthetic meets the rest of your arm. Or the rest of your torso.
Ouch. 8 damage, eh?
8.
Ooh, Victor's looking to be a little hot.
It did roll very well on the damage. Next in the initiative, it's going to go to the goblins themselves. They're going to come 1, 2, 3. This one's going to spit on the dog. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Why?
This one's going to kick the dog.
No,
1, 2.
stop.
If they don't run, they are going to get so murdered.
Oh yeah, no, like this is the pinnacle of like get people invested. You can tell this was the first adventure path. They get people invested right away. Kill the dogs, kill babies, kill women. Let's go. Like spark that innate heroic tendency in all of us. So this one is going to come up, and then it's going to go another 1, 2, 3,
Oh, he didn't do anything to Dog. He gets a little bit of a nicer death.
A little bit, but he's coming to try and scare the nobleman, because fuck that dude.
Alright, well, he gets death. He still gets death.
So you have chosen death. It then goes to Astrid. You're next in the initiative.
Alright. Do I still have my staff out?
Your staff is still present. You're correct.
Can I get it lit up?
You can definitely, I believe it's a full round action to light the lantern staff. You can absolutely do that.
Alright, I'm gonna do it.
I just want to double check on that for you.
Get it lit.
Doesn't tell me how long it takes, but I'm going to assume it's a full round action. You pull out the oil, it's already oiled up, ready to go, and then you proceed to light your lantern. And it now, since the sun is starting to go down, it is very helpful that you now have a 30-foot glow around you guys with this hooded lantern attached to the end of a staff.
Human eyes appreciate that.
All three of your human eyes appreciate that. The only person with dark vision is Snongle.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it then goes to... That was Astrid. It goes to Tor.
Tor is going to unleash the massive scream, walks towards the goblin that's on the rat thing.
So you move through this square, and it gets an attack of opportunity against you.
Cool.
It's going to roll it, and obviously you're going to love every minute of it. What's your armor class?
15.
15. It will hit you. You're going to take 4 points of damage as you walk through the attack. You almost don't flinch as it slashes into you. The blood starts sheeting down your arm, and you can feel you feel the warmth as it coats over your fingers, over the top of your chain, and it infuses it with your pain. Let's go.
Yeah. I'm doing the yell and swinging at this thing. Can I get the Intimidate and this off? And an attack?
The Intimidate is the full round action. However, don't you have that feat? The Cruelty feat? Is that a thing?
Yes. I do have the Cruelty feat.
That's the... Oh, okay, yeah.
That's if I make things afraid of me, I get a +2 morale bonus on attack rolls and stuff.
Yes, that's correct. Okay, yeah. So you're not going to be able to Intimidate and attack in this turn, but...
I'll Intimidate.
Oh, for sure. Give me the
I'll
roll.
Intimidate. +8.
Hell's bells, dude.
So,
oh, man.
25?
25? Okay.
The goblin commando like stabs just underneath my ribs, and I look at it and I smile as I go a little bit deeper, and then I scream at it and look towards the goblins.
Just looking up how demoralizing works here, because that's gonna happen to a lot of them. I'm shaken. Okay, so let's take a look at what shaken will do to him. Shaken. So they're taking a -2 on just about everything. Attack rolls, saving throws, skill checks, ability checks, and it's less... They're afraid. They are terrified of you. These ones, they're all still going to fight, but they're not going to be thrilled about it. All of them will be under this effect.
Excellent.
So that's your turn, my dude. You move up, you let out a feral scream, you let it stab into you, and you just stare at them and you laugh in their face. I think that would make anybody unsettled, realistically. I'm personally not having a great idea with that, but who knows? So you come up and you've let out this blood-curdling scream, and now you're covered in your own blood, and this goblin is questioning its life choices. It then goes to Victor.
Alrighty. I'm gonna activate Outslug style.
Outslug time.
Take a 5-foot step in, giving me my bonus to AC and damage with my chosen weapon, which is my constructed limb.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
I'm gonna give him a good old blop on his nose.
It really do be bonk time right now. Let's go.
Bonk time.
Give me a roll, bonk.
Plus 5 because it's a bonus to damage, not attack. 18 to hit.
18 to hit will hit. You come up. You land one right across this goblin's jaw. Can you roll damage? With all your bonuses for your constructed arm.
Oh, yeah. D6 plus 5 because of the outslung style.
Mm-hmm.
6, 7, 9 damage.
9 points of damage. You punch this thing right across the mouth. It does that one of those Rocky spit takes where half its teeth come out. And it's still shaking around the eyes. Like, you can tell that it's very upset still about everything that's going on right now, especially considering Tor's still in front of it, laughing his ass off in his face. You come up, knock some sense into it, and its eyes go wide. It's bleeding out the mouth, but it is not down. It's still atop this nasty-looking dog thing.
Oh boy.
And it will then go to Snongle.
All right. So I have a question.
I have an answer.
Perfect. When I dropped my little weapon back there, did I pick that back up, or
Did you
is
pick that back up?
I don't think I did.
So what's
I
the
think
play?
All right. I still have my sling.
You do still have the sling.
So I think my play is I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go, with the
On who?
the one. I don't know. I don't know if I can get a good look at the one behind the big tall men, but maybe I'll try anyway.
So this one, if you're trying to shoot in a melee combat, you're going to have some penalties. It's going to be rough. I would recommend, if you're going to try and aim at this little shitlord.
Yeah.
We'll get a nice better focus on there. So you can take a whack at this boy if you'd like, with your sling.
So I assume I'm gonna have to move closer to him too.
Not even close. You're good. It's within 50 feet. Your weapon, your sling, is within 50 feet.
Oh, cool. Well then, yeah, I'm gonna try that, I guess, because I was a dummy, and now my cute little mace is gone.
It's not gone, but it's definitely back in the town. It's down in the town square.
Abandoned. Yeah, I can retrieve it later.
The call to action was definitely more important to you. So you basically you reach your hand into a pocket and you start flicking a ball bearing up into your hand and catch it. You put it into your sling and it's like a slingshot basically. That's how I'm imagining it, as opposed to like a wind-up sling. So you have your slingshot, you basically put it in, wind up, and you fire. Give me a roll.
What do I roll? Is it just a general?
It's an attack roll, so you'll have a D20 plus 4.
Okay. So 14.
14? Is it good enough?
Ah, man, of course it's not.
I asked, is it good enough? It is not, however.
Haha.
Your sling goes flying past. You're trying to avoid hitting these two. And that's part of the reason why the shot fouls, that you basically trying to fire past to get to this boy. But it almost acts as suppressor fire. That this one is a little more hesitant to go this way, and is probably going to try and come and join the fight.
Oh, cool.
Okay, you still have your move action.
All right, I'm moving closer, I guess.
Okay, so up and around, or are you going to cut down and through?
I'll go around, I think.
Okay. Okay. You're up. You have a much clearer shot now. It's going to be a lot easier for you next time. That, I believe, is the bottom of the round. It's going to go to the top with this nasty-looking goblin boy. The dog itself is going to make an attack. Just getting its stats up. And it's going to attack you, Victor, because you're the other one terrifies him. He doesn't want to get his face close to it. So,
okay.
What's your armor class, Victor?
Well, Victor's in the groove right now, bouncing in and out of combat, so he's at 19 AC.
Yeah, he is. Oh.
No!
So you're ducking and weaving, but you didn't anticipate the dog going for your leg. Normally, your legs are used to reposition and do other things, but
you're not used to dodge dog bites.
Pretty much. You're not used to having to block your shins. It's not how boxing works. This thing kind of overcomes your style a bit. It comes in and bites onto your leg. You're going to take 9 points of damage.
Oh, Victor's unconscious.
And I'm going to need a fortitude save.
-5. Fortitude save?
Yes.
All right. 12 plus 3.
Yeah, it's
15.
not 15. You don't break out in a horrible rash. That's saving grace right there. So you
That's
don't.
pretty much it.
Yeah. So you fall to the ground unconscious.
Whew. But
Astrid, you just watched Victor get taken out by a dog. That dog is.
That's no good.
It isn't good. That dog. This guy is also going to. You're the scary one, and he just dropped, so he doesn't really care about him. He's going to shift back, and then he's going to attack you, Tor.
Oh, on me?
Yeah. What's your armor class? Will it matter?
It's a 15 for AC.
Just making sure. Yeah, horse choppers don't crit on a 19. Thank the light. So that is a solid hit. You're going to take.
I'm probably going down. Yeah, I'm going down.
It's 7 points, dude.
Towards down.
Roderick Prime. Jeez. Why? Okay.
They took Roderick and I needed Amazon Prime.
Honestly, fair. That works. Okay, and Tor also drops. It's up to the ladies. Can they pull it off?
Oh man, I'm feeling pretty doubtful.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was a very spicy round for the War Chanter. Rest of the goblins are going to go. This one. 1, 2, 3. Snongle, what's your armor class?
Oh man, it's 17.
17. Fails. Comes up and sweeps at you, duck underneath it. This thing's on level with you. They're used to fighting things bigger than you, and you're used to fighting things bigger than them. Luckily, you're a gnome, and gnomes hate goblins. So keep in mind that any bonuses you get against goblins, like your attack rolls or anything like that, you have a situational bonus against goblinoids.
Oh, I get a plus. Okay.
Yeah, you do. So keep that in mind. I believe that's on to hit and damage, if I'm not mistaken. Let's just double check with your gnome stuff. Hatred. Only on attack rolls. Okay, that's all good. So, to hit them, it's a lot easier for you. So, you have a sling, and this one's right up in your business. This one is going to be done and being infatuated with the dog, and is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and start harassing this dude. This one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's going to assist with that guy. And it's going to go to the next in the initiative, which is, I believe, Astrid.
All right.
How many spells do you have left, Astrid?
How many? I don't know. How many do I get?
You get 2 per day.
Then I don't get any more.
Excellent.
Oh
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Well, I can.
Thank you everyone for coming to the start of the campaign and the end campaign. I hope you guys enjoy it.
I ain't going.
Tor,
I ain't
signing
going.
out.
I ain't going to do you dirty like that. Give over.
I still can use my surgeon's tools to heal.
That is going to be. It takes time to use the surgeon's tools. Like you have to sit down and stitch them up. You do, however, have your healing ability. What is that? Your hex.
The shaman or the witch soothes the wounds of those she's touched.
Yeah,
Cure light wounds?
shaman.
That one?
It's the cure wounds. Yeah.
Okay. Oh yes, this is a hex, not a spell, right?
Yes. So you can use this any number of times, but it can only be done once on an individual creature within 24 hours. Because even though our divine spellcaster isn't our main healer and our arcane caster isn't our DPS, and in fact their roles might be reversed, it doesn't make our party weird. Don't judge us.
Leave our party alone, bro.
So you can
We are weird, but that's okay.
You can definitely move up and touch one of these dudes to heal them and potentially get them back in the fight.
Okay, I'm gonna go touch one of those dudes.
Bam, bam. Which dude?
Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna go for Tor since we had a connection. He helped my raccoon.
He was
with a
vibing.
toy, so-
He might not be up
You're right.
actually. Let's stop that for a sec. Roll a d8 and add 1, please.
Me?
Yep.
Or Tor? Okay.
You. It's your spell.
Okay.
Oh, that's nice. Tor, you get 8 hit points back. Where you
So
at?
I'm at 7.
7 hit points?
I only had a -1.
Woo lad. You're up and at 'em. You're also going to get your round in initiative, which is pretty rad too. So, Astrid, you've just kind of saved the day a little bit. How's that feel?
Oh, it feels really good.
Yeah. So, Tor, you're actually next in initiative.
Yeah,
What's the play?
I'm attacking the dog.
So you're prone, so you can, if you get up, it's going to be the attack of opportunity.
What's the negatives from attacking from prone?
-4. And you're not close to it, so you'd have to spend an entire move action moving over there. It's a lot.
If I take the attack of opportunity, I might just end up getting hit and getting downed again.
This is true.
But I have no range.
This is also true.
Well, I could just get utterly messed up again, so I guess it's just gotta happen.
Okay. It's going to roll. Pray for this man.
I'm praying.
I've had shit rolls all day, so we gotta get one good one.
That's a horrible miss. Look at you. Zonkathon says, you've gone unconscious for me once. Let's get it going. You get up, and you can absolutely...
My cruelty would... is that still count? Because I did make them scared of me. And this is technically the round afterwards.
They are... I believe so. It's not your death blessing.
No, it's just cruelty.
Cruelty.
My death blessing is probably... Like, from the grave is probably gone. But...
From the grave is still in play.
Oh, cool.
You still get
So that's
the
just
bonus on the attack rolls, but you're not close enough to hit anything yet.
So did standing up take the full move action?
Your character doesn't have a base attack bonus yet, so they can't draw as part of a move. But you already had your weapon out. It's mainly because so you stood up, and this guy tried to use an attack of opportunity against you and failed. But like you're not close enough to hit him.
But I can't step in either.
You can't. You can 5-foot shift now and attack him next round, but he's gonna go ham on you before then.
But I'm still in range if I stay right there.
Yes, he can still hit you very comfortably from there. The dog can hit you from right next to it.
Oh, goodness gracious, man.
The man's just struggling with the strategies. Do you want to hold your turn?
Yes.
Okay, you're going to delay. The next in the initiative is Victor. I'm going to need a stabilize check.
Woo!
Fortitude time.
Roll d20 plus fortitude. Woo!
Oh, you're
That's
golden.
good.
Easy peasy.
That's a 20.
They got you in the soft of your jaw. No.
Bullies.
Except it was your leg. They knocked you. They pulled you down, and you fell to the ground, and you hit your head a bit, and it knocked. And your character's just kind of like, that
Yeah,
just
bonk
like,
time.
yeah, bonk time on Victor, which was not great. So you're unconscious, which kind of sucks, but these things happen. Then it's gonna go to Snongle. You got a thing right next to you.
All right, I have a plan. Don't know how possible it's gonna be, but I did
Run it by
remember.
me.
Yes. So, first of all, will I be able to take a couple steps back?
You can take a 5-foot shift this way.
Okay. Now, this might be dangerous. I don't know if it will work. I do have fireworks in my inventory. Can I fuck them up?
I mean,
I don't know because it's really close, but
I gotta look at these fireworks. Hang on. What?
if not, I could save them for a rainy day and just fuck them up with my sling as best I can. But I saw the fireworks and was like, a worm.
The temptation.
Yeah, I didn't want to blow him so soon, but I feel like this is probably appropriate.
Okay. So, hell's bells. These things have some wonky things with them. So we've got. Now I do want to let you know they don't do a lot of damage,
Yeah.
but they are noisy as hell.
Well, okay.
So, you can definitely pull. So you drop your sling, make sure you get that back, and
Yes.
you whip out one of these fireworks.
Yeah.
You spark it, and it starts going off. Keep track of rounds. You have 4 rounds. You can make a. Give me a. It's going to be a roll. It's a ranged touch attack. It has a range of 5 feet. So it's already out of range, which is fine. I've already doing the math in my head for what the hell we're going to need for this.
Yeah.
So give me a roll. It's going to be your dexterity bonus for for range touch.
Okay, so dexterity.
Yeah, I'm assuming you're shooting the one in front of you. Oh, hell's bells. So the firework doesn't explode in your hands, which is a good thing, but it does fire and go wide. And then it lets off an enormous bloom. It is a star candle firework, after all. And it lets off an enormous whizzing sound, that traditional firework flying whistle. And bang! Explodes. Very close to the ground, though, which is not hype. Some of the people, you can hear some screams in the background as the fireworks go off. Mark off a round for your firework.
Bye, Mr. Firework.
It then goes to the top of the round with this dickhead. So he's going to attempt to attack you, Tor. Can you not do that? Thank you. Tor. He misses you. His dog is going to shift in and make an attack against you.
Frick me, man.
What's your armor class total, dude?
15.
Okay. So, you're going to take... It's not a lot of damage. Okay, so you're going to take... 6 points, and I need a fortitude save.
Oh my gosh. Is the damage before the save?
Yes.
Okay, so I get an extra bonus for being below half.
You absolutely do. I'm really glad we checked your traits.
So my fortitude save goes from a 3 to a 4. Plus 4. Oh my god, man.
Okay. Mark down you're having an allergic reaction. It is an itching rash. You take a -2 penalty to Dex and Charisma for a day.
Is this... Does my From the Grave do anything against this? Oh, I get an extra plus... No, wait, I got a nat 1.
You did get a natural 1. It's not going to be... You're not coming back from that, I don't think. You're allergic.
Yeah. So I got a -2 to what?
You have a -2 to Dexterity and Charisma for the day. So... It's not going to stack again, but if you receive magical healing of any kind, it'll get rid of it. You'll know that. You'll know that much from your experiences of traveling that you can get this removed. But it is not going to be fun, and you're going to be itchy, very, very itchy. It then goes to regular goblin's turn. This one, you're shooting fireworks at it.
That's a little scary.
Okay, and 1, 2, 3,
Bye.
4. This one, here's the fireworks. It's gonna go 1, 2, 3.
Hello.
This one is going to attack at this stranger, and it is going to hit him.
Oh, goodbye.
No, he's not that bad off. We're all good there. So we have... Where's your attack, damn it? Okay, there it is. So D4.
Hey, Luke.
Yes.
I know this probably won't affect what's been happening to me, but
Yeah.
are these guys still rolling with the negatives?
They are, and
Okay.
it basically what the negative is doing is removing their bonus. So what you're seeing is kind of what you get right now. So the goblin comes up and slashes into this nobleman. He doubles over in pain and cries out, "Ah!" It goes to the next person in the initiative. It's Astrid.
All right. I'm gonna send Knock. Can I send him to like sneak underneath Tor and bite the dog?
Let's see. Do you have handle animal at all? I don't think you do. No. Because Nox is promptly hiding in your little carrying bag, like your satchel. He does not want any part of this combat. He is a raccoon. He does not like to fight, and he is not trained to do so either.
For the future, how do I make him do that? How do I
So
make him
he's
do
trained to
that?
attack, but the thing is, you need to actually, you have to persuade him to attack goblins. Like, to go into a combat sucks. Like, nobody wants to fight except for adventurers. Your raccoon is not inclined. It's your arcane familiar. Like, it's where you store your spells. So it's like saying, "Hey, spell book, can you please go do this for me?" And then being like, "No, fuck off." So you have to be able to be persuasive. It's like, "I'll get you a candy." Like, come on. So Nox is he's not into it. He's not having it. But you do still have the opportunity to potentially heal Victor. What's your negative, Victor?
My -5.
-5? Okay.
Yeah.
You've got a chance to get him up here.
I got hit really hard
Okay, well, Knox
twice.
can just stay safe and warm in my little satchel, and I'm gonna go ahead and pat
It's Victor.
Victor. Sorry.
That's okay.
Part of his name is Tor.
Oh no.
Only half of his name is Tor, and I will get that half to be
You are half the man I am. Half the
Pat
name.
Victor on the head.
And Mr. Dressy, and just so you know, with stabilizing, you don't automatically set to 0. It's not like 5e or anything like that. With Pathfinder, you stay at your negative, and you have to heal up past 0.
it's just you stop getting the negatives.
You stop taking more damage after you've stabilized. Agreed, I know.
Ooh, yeah.
We're trying to keep it as close to the rules as we can, folks, so that we're not breaking too many of them. However, I would also play it on the other end, so that could work really bad for you guys as well. So, Astrid, we need the roll heard around the world. It's a D8 plus 1. What do we got?
7.
Oh!
You're back, baby.
Victor.
Guess who's back?
Oh.
Back again. Yes.
Seven,
Victor's back.
All right, 2
Yeah,
weeks.
look, Ben. Oh!
It's time. It's time.
Bomb time. Bomb time.
It actually does go to the next person in the initiative would be Tor.
Hi.
Yeah. Astrid, do you want to do anything with your move action? I should have asked.
No, I'm good.
Okay, you're golden. Tor, you had a held turn, but we're back around to your turn. So
Yeah.
the goblin's right up in your business. What are you gonna do about it?
I look at it, and I look down at the dog, and I'm going to slash at the dog with the chain.
Excellent. Give me an attack roll.
14 to hit, I believe. 14 to hit.
14 is good enough. Give me a roll damage. You want a good roll here.
7 points of damage.
7 points. It's not enough. It's not enough to kill it, but you slash it viscerally across its side. It starts to drip blood onto the ground. You almost hit the goblin's leg that's riding it. The dog seems to stagger a little bit, but it's still standing.
Yeah.
You still have a move action if you want to do anything with it.
Oh goodness. Oh, I almost should have done that. That's probably a full action though. So, boom. I don't think I have anything else. Anything else? Nope. That's it.
Only thing you could really do would be to try and set up a flank. But
Sure, I'll try to set up a flank.
so you could take a 5-foot shift up here.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Beaut. Okay.
Quick question.
Quick answer.
My what?
I said quick answer.
Oh, yeah. My axiomatic strike, is that a full action to set up?
Your axiomatic strike under War Priest. That's your law blessing, correct?
I believe so.
It doesn't actually say it is an action, which is very peculiar. So, I'm assuming that you can just kind of do it to do against chaotic creatures. Yeah, this would be the play.
Yeah.
So you can.
Dang man, I wish I had realized that earlier. I wish I had asked earlier.
It would have been.
It would have been.
Oh, it would have been a much better fight if you had started with that, because these things wouldn't have survived.
Yeah. That's the last thing I do then on my turn.
Okay, so now normally with axiomatic strike, it glows like pale yellow or something, or white. Yours glows a sickly pale,
Blood red.
like almost a salmon. Like watered down blood would be an accurate way to describe it if that was a light. Like that's the kind of glow coming off your blade right now as you basically prepare to judge this godforsaken creature and send it to the torturous pits of Tartarus.
Yep.
It goes to Victor. You're prone.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to activate Outslug style again, and I'm going to attempt to get up.
Okay. You attempt to get up. You're going to get an attack of opportunity against you. Armor class.
Am I flat-footed when I'm trying to get up?
Technically, yes.
Oh, boy. So 16 then for AC.
16. Pray for this man. They blow it. The dog is too infatuated with the suddenly glowing chain in front of it that it doesn't even notice you getting up. It turns around too late, tries to snap at you, but you're already on your feet.
I'm just making sure I can still 5-foot step afterwards. Alright, so apparently I can.
You can, but you're not going to be able to attack this round if you do.
Why?
Because you spent your move action standing up.
Isn't aren't they technically
standing up for prone's a move equivalent action, isn't it? It doesn't get rid of your move action, does it?
I thought it was a move action, like you use it for your move.
Oh, it is a move action.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you still have your
5-foot step's free action though.
It's a free action that replaces a move action. So,
Okay.
So you'd have to sub. So for anyone who likes the semantics of Pathfinder, you'd sub your standard for a move and sub your move for a 5-foot step.
Quick question.
Quick answer.
Is the dog and the goblin on the spot where the goblin is or where the dog is?
Where the goblin is.
So if he stands up, would he still have to do the 5-foot step?
How do you mean?
Because if he stands up, he's still is he not within range to punch?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I just wondered if I could 5-foot step and then punch because without slug style, I get the bonus to AC and damage.
He's basically light on his feet. It's
okay.
a box.
So
it's a boxing.
He
style.
has to do a 5-foot step in order to activate that.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
All
previous turn, I have to do a 5-foot step basically.
You can 5-foot
Okay.
step and set up the flank with Victor if you want to, and then Outslug style goes off.
I could, but I think I'm just gonna punch.
Okay, which one? Are you attacking the dog or the goblin?
I'm going to attack the. It was the goblin I hit originally, right?
I believe so, yes. You scattered its
Yeah.
teeth all over the floor.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna hit that boy. So D20.
D20?
Plus 5. 16 to hit.
16 to hit. It is just enough.
Oh,
You stand up, you roll your shoulder, the dog starts yapping at you. You bring your hands together in almost like those overhead hammer swings. And you bring both your hands down and smash the goblin in the back. It collapses off the dog and is drooling / bleeding out of its mouth in unconsciousness. It is dead as hell.
Did I not even have to roll damage?
No, you didn't. Your minimum damage was more than enough, dude.
Can I just see how hard he falls?
Give her, my dude.
Oh, yeah. So 1 plus 4, though. So 5.
1 plus 4 is 5? Yeah, it's plenty. You
Nice.
basically just kind of like, you smash on it, but because the dog's underneath it, the dog's legs buckle a little bit. It doesn't take as much damage as you think, but it still slides off the dog, drooling blood out of its mouth.
Nice.
Okay. So that is Victor's turn at 10. Snongle, your firework's about to go off. Give me a roll for your touch attack. You can shift forward and shoot this guy at point blank range, and it will make it a little bit easier.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay. Shifting up. Give me a roll. Touch. It's gonna be your dexterity straight up.
So, yeah, 19.
19. This thing is gonna take the point of damage and the point of fire damage. I believe that's how that works. Fucking fireworks, man. Gear, firework. Show me the firework. Yeah, so it's going to take... Yeah, point of non-lethal and a point of fire damage. So... This one is... Oh, cool. I didn't number them. Oh, so this bad boy is going to be Goblin 4. And he's going to take -1/-1. So you shoot this thing directly in the face. Its open, screaming mouth of firework, and it goes off. And the thing looks absolutely dazzled and flabbergasted by what just happened.
Yes.
It will then go to the top of the round, I believe, with the War Chief, who is going to get unlinked. Come on now. Unlink, please. Thank you. He's going to get... Damn it. Okay. Deleted. There's just this dumb-looking dog with a rat's face in front of you guys now. The dog is going to... Yeah, it's going to stay right where it is, but it's going to attack... Tor and Victor. Give me a roll. It's going to be whoever gets highest. Let me know who gets highest.
Ooh.
You got a 5.
Please.
Natural
Yes.
20. Tor.
Dirty 20.
Yeah.
Tor, what's your armor class? That's a natural 20, Richard.
15.
Yeah.
15. Okay. Dog's going to bite you.
I'm down.
Okay. Luckily, the effect thing doesn't...
I need to know what negative I'm at, though.
Yeah, exactly. So, I'm just looking at the stats for this absolute shite. The dog. It gets the... Oh my god, that is a lot. Okay, 7 points.
Okay.
And
A negative 6.
So that is its turn. You are unconscious.
And I can't be healed by your hex again.
No, you cannot. That is true.
Yep.
Hopefully, we have some things to help with that. It then goes to the goblins. This one is going to swing at you, Snongle. What's your armor class?
I believe, let me double check. 17.
17? Yikes. Luckily, they're still terrified. So, they miss.
Cool.
Just barely, though. The thing, it's almost as if it had a second of hesitation, looking over at Tor before he drops, and kind of like looks at you and then takes a swipe, but it doesn't quite land. You duck under it successfully. This one, it's gotten wise about your firework. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one is going to straight up just try and intimidate him, which it, I believe, will do. I just don't have intimidate? God damn it. Oh, maybe not. I got big penalties to that. Situational. He still manages to, like, frighten the now bleeding nobleman. And then that one tried to attack you, so that will be the end of their turn. Astrid, it's your turn.
I'm gonna try to use my staff on fire to swing at this dog.
Okay, so you can take a 5-foot shift up. Give it a kick.
Right, let's go.
That is a vicious hit. Give me a roll for damage.
Alright. 1.
Any bonuses to that?
I don't think so.
Oof. No, it's a straight up D6. The thing, it's not quite enough. You batter it with the... Wait 1 second. Special thing about the lantern staff. What are we forgetting?
It's lit, yo.
It deals an additional point of fire damage, which is just enough.
Oh, yeah.
But you come down at the thing and you smack it over the head with the lantern staff. A little bit of oil spills on it, and the flame catches, and the thing basically goes running off screaming in a cacophony of a mixture between rat chitters and dog yelps. It basically burns and collapses on its way out of the town and dies horribly, leaving a smell to match.
I can't believe I just killed a dog.
It's not really a dog, let's be real.
Yeah. It also knocked down 2 of your party members, and is the reason that other actual dog is dead.
Yeah, man. Support real doggos. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rat doggos have a time and place. Not this time and place.
Okay, Astrid, that was your turn. Vicious round. Tor, roll to stabilize, please.
So, I need to remember, the -6 comes off the roll, correct?
That's correct. So you'll have a -3 to the roll to stabilize.
It's a 7.
7 isn't good enough, dude. Take a point of damage. He needs some milk. It then goes to Victor.
Victor! Oh god. Which way do I go? Do I help the random civilian, or does the civilian look like he's able to like defend himself?
There's a sword. There's a sword on his belt, but if he's using it, you haven't seen it yet.
All right.
He is
I'm gonna move over towards the goblin on the right.
Are you gonna charge it?
Oh, you're right. I forgot about the charge action. Yeah, I'm gonna charge it.
Yeet.
I'm gonna need your help on remembering the rules for that, though.
Charge. You get a +2 to hit. I believe it's a -2 to AC.
Oh, that's fine. I got outs. Well, I don't have outslug style right now, but I've got my +2 AC for my prosthetic arm.
Yeah, you do.
So I'm gonna give him a good bonk. +2 to hit, you said.
I believe so.
Roll 15 plus 5, 6, 7 plus 7. 22.
That's more than enough to hit. Give me a roll for damage.
Do I get any bonuses on damage for it, or just the attack?
I'm just doing my best to try and find the rules on that. Attacking on a charge, penalty to AC. Charging gets a +2 bonus on that. It only gives you a +2 bonus to your attack.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, it means you hit really, really well.
It means I hit well.
Yeah, you
so
do.
it's 6 plus 4 again.
Max
10
damage.
Max.
So the thing is doing its best to, it's like sweeping its knife at the guy. It's laughing at him. Hey, Longshanks. Longshanks afraid. Longshanks fear. You come over. Same thing. You feel the ground almost rumble underneath each of you. Boom, boom, boom. 3 long steps, and he punts. I just set a bunch of dogs off upstairs,
I can hear them.
and that's my own fault. Can we get some?
Safe from the
Reinvent
gobos.
that.
That's the dogs cheering for the slaying of goblins everywhere. You come over, bang, 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 and you punt the thing's head clean off its shoulders. Don't even need to use your prosthetic arm.
Damn.
You basically come over, you kick the thing's head clean off, this ugly potato sack looking football that goes flying off into the distance, and the body collapses, the knife falling to its side. Yeah, the dogs were really excited about that kill right there, I'll be honest with you.
That's for that other doggo over there.
We
He
salute
rested.
we salute you, hunting marvel.
Justice for Todd. I've named the dog Todd.
Okay, sure. So that was Victor's turn. Snongle, your fireworks about to go off again. What are you gonna do?
Oh man, I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna risk my little life and stay and maintain my spot, or if I'm gonna back up a little bit because I got another guy on my ass.
Well, I mean, you can shoot and shift back if you'd like.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna shoot and shift back.
Okay,
Yeah.
give me a roll. It's gonna be same thing, dexterity.
Dexterity. Let's do this. All right. Okay. So that's +3, so 19.
That is plenty. You fire off, you shoot this thing again, and you shift back.
Cool.
You only have one more round, I believe so, of
Yeah, I
fireworks going off, your Roman candle, if you will. But this thing takes another -1. If you kill it with a firework, I'm going to be amazed.
Me too.
So that was Snongle's turn. It would go to the top where the war chanter is. It's no longer a war chanter, so the goblins get to go. This one is going to shift forward, and it's going to swing at you.
Ah,
It's going to fail miserably. What is with Snongle's impossible gnome luck? Absolute mad lad here, fighting with a firework of all things. Y'all using real weapons? Y'all even heard of real weapons?
Fucking Snuggles over here having a party.
they've fallen, like the other teammates have like fallen a couple of times and like are actually fighting for their lives. I'm just fucking around with the firework.
It's a party. Why not? Okay, this one is
Yeah.
going to. It just watched what you did, and it sees the bag. It's gonna move 1 and 2. Astrid, what is your armor class?
11.
Hey, the horse chopper. I can get rid of this. Not the horse chopper. The other one. Okay, that's not so bad. So it's gonna be
Dog cutter.
the dog slicer. You're correct. Astrid, you're going to take 1 point of damage.
No, I refuse.
Well, that's take 2 points of damage. Okay.
Fine, I'll take 1.
Yeah, 1 point of damage is fine. So, thing comes up and slices at you, cuts into you. You just bought this dress. Goes to next person in the initiative, which is going to be Astrid. I think
Well,
might be bonk time, I think.
it is bonk time. I liked this dress.
All right, give me a roll to hit.
A bonk. 13.
13 will miss.
Ah,
The thing watched what you did to its to the dog, and it knows better than to stand in the way while fireworks and lanterns are being swung around as weapons. It deftly ducks out of the way and steps backwards as you bring the staff down to whack it. Obviously, the lantern doesn't hit anything, so you're good there. But you're unable to do that. Do you want to move at all?
I'm good.
Okay. Next in the initiative is going to go to Tor. I need a stabilize roll. You're at -7, correct?
Yes, it's a total -4.
Yes.
Nope.
Okay, take another point of damage.
No.
Tor.
Or you can hold out, buddy.
I don't know, cause if you don't, yeah.
Oh no.
Next person, go.
Next person. Okay, it goes to Victor. Give me.
All right. I forget. Is charging is only limited
to vertical and horizontal, or
It's supposed to be in a straight line, and that is a very nebulous thing. I've looked at the forms for that. However,
God.
I'm going to say that basically the way that your straight line would be if you want to charge the goblin in front of Astrid and Tor, you move diagonally to the left 1, and then move over left 1, and then the next diagonal up left is where the charge would continue, but that's your straight line.
Okay, so basically, like, if you were to draw a line between me and the enemy, it's not going through anybody, so that's a straight line. Basically.
Yes, that's correct.
All right.
So you can still charge. You have that 10 feet.
All right, might as well for that bonus.
Punt, 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 punt. Give me a roll.
All right, let's do this.
Oh, yeah, it's an attack roll. I forgot.
Roll. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 to hit.
11 to hit. Maybe you should stick to using your arm, Chief. You come in and you go to try and kick this goblin's head off, but this one is apparently wiser than the other two. It ducks out of the way of Astrid's staff and literally hits the floor in almost a burpee fashion with its goofy goblin head, banging off the ground as it goes. It gets back up onto its feet and it's ready to go. It's trying to fight Aldias.
My headcanon is just like Victor sizes it up like a football player does for a field goal, and he's running to try.
Well, that was the first one where he actually makes it and nails the field goal. This one is the Charlie Brown special where the football gets taken away and he's a blockhead for the rest of the combat. So
I was literally
Excellent.
thinking the same thing.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Okay.
reference.
Snongle, it's your last round of firework. What do you got?
I'll just do what I did last round and then.
Give it to me.
Oh.
Attack roll.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're so right. I do gotta do that. Roll, please. Oh, okay, so that's like 15.
15 against their touch. It is more than enough for their touch. Give me a roll. You don't roll for damage on the firework. They take another -1.
Yeah.
And another -1. This thing is getting battered. You basically, the last couple of rounds, and then you shift back again. The last couple of rounds, you've literally just fired off a firework in this thing's face, and it's just taken one after the other directly in the eyes.
Eat my flames, bitch.
Its eyes are almost turning milky with the brightness of the light. Everyone else has had the sense to kind of like close their eyes as the firework goes off, but then every time the pop goes off, this thing seems to just like open its eyes, ready to go. It's like, oh wow, okay. Astrid, I need you to give me a roll. This is going to be, it's not based on your turn, but this is going to be a D4, pick odd or even.
Okay, I'm gonna go odd.
Odd, give me a roll. Okay. One of your castings of light is not actually a casting of light. It is casting of the spell Stabilize. One of your other 0-level spells. As you feel a stiff breeze come through and rustle the trees, it jostles some of the smoke as well coming up from some of the burned buildings in Sandpoint. Obviously, goblins have been wreaking havoc all over the place, so there's still some white smoke coming up. While the townfolk tackle the fires, the winds come through, and you realize, I have a spell for this. Like, I'm prepared for this. You have a spell that can get Tor to stop him from dying. It will then go to the top of the round with the goblins. This one thinks you're a cheeky little shit, so he's going to punch. He's going to try and stab Victor real big. He's going to go for big moves. He doesn't have them. He's wise when it comes to defense, but his offense is sloppy. He comes at you, but you have the boxer's grace, right? So he comes sweeping at you, and you basically dive back. You still feel the sting from where your shin hurt, from where the dog bit you, but it's not even going to matter. Next is going to go to this one. He's going to shift up. What's up, baby? Snongle, what's your armor class?
17.
And they get their bonus back because the fear effect is now done. So you are hit. Snongle, you're going to take 2 points of damage.
Oh, okay, that's not that bad.
The ones that were hitting for big money were the dog and the war chant that the boys took the brunt of. They got smacked around with that. It was brutal.
Thanks, big guys.
Absolute chads over here. Just the real MVPs.
These goblins are evil.
These goblins are shitlords for sure. Astrid, it's your turn.
Alright. So I can use another spell, you said?
Your 0 level spells, you had 3 lights prepared. But one of those lights, by some miracle, by some preparation, by some foresight on your part, you have one casting less of light and one of stabilize, which will basically allow you to cast a spell on a creature that has -1 or fewer hit points, and they automatically stabilize and don't lose further hit points.
All right, let's do it up for Mr. Tor.
Okay, this goblin's gonna try and sweep at you because it doesn't like that you're trying to cast a spell. It will fail horribly. This thing is an absolute nightmare for a goblin. It tries to sweep at you, but doesn't do it. You can give me. You don't have to roll or anything. Tor, you are stable.
Yay!
I was like, are you gonna react yet, bud? Are you there?
Yay!
I was getting the dramatic, exasperated death sigh. Yay! Yay!
Okay, Tor, you're stable, but you're not conscious, so you are still out. It's then gonna go to that was the goblin. No, Astrid's turn. You still have a move action, Astrid, if you want to use it.
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. It's gonna go to Victor.
Ooh boy. I'm gonna take a 5-foot step into Victor's square.
Tor square.
Tor. I'm Victor. He is Tor. I am Vic. He is Victor.
It is your square now, my dude.
It is Victor's Tor's square.
You 5-foot shift. Outslug style has activated.
Outslug.
Give me a roll to hit.
Ooh, no, my mouse stopped working. Oh, and it's back. 20, 21.
21 to hit? Holy crap.
21 to hit.
Give me a roll for damage.
On the hits.
Oh, yeah, give me a roll for damage.
All right, D6 plus 5 because of the Outslug style. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 damage.
So this thing expected you to go for another kick because you've been doing that a bit in this combat, and by that I mean it's pretty much the only thing you've done, except for punching the war chief, which it was too fascinated spitting out a dog to notice. You come up with your mechanical hand and you wail it across the head. You think it's going to keep fighting for a second, and it goes to swing the sword at you, but then it kind of just like, the sword kind of slumps down and it kind of just like sits down on its behind. That you hit it hard enough in the head that it just kind of like broke.
Oh god. Does the metal from my arm reverberate?
Not reverberate so much, but the thing definitely is brain dead, to say the least. It is dead as hell.
It just slumps over.
Snongle, it is your turn.
It's like the hair on top is slightly dead in the middle.
Oh, exactly. We got one more goblin to deal with, and then we're going to be calling it for the night, guys. So, Snongle, it's your turn. Your firework has stopped firing.
Yeah.
You throw the empty tube to the ground.
Okay. I have 2 options.
Yes, you do.
Yes. Because my thing is still on the ground. I could, but I don't think I'd be able to fire on time for this round.
You'd have to move over to get it and pick it up.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like, So I could just fucking run.
You could.
Book it.
You also you do have your third weapon though.
I forgot I had a third weapon.
Oh, we kidded you out. Like Snongle is one of the most armed people in this, with exception to Victor, who is the most armed person there. That's just for you, Adam, Mr. Drezian. Because that's a terrible pun. Because he's get it? Because he has an arm. Ugh. Rim shot directly into the trash can.
Stressed this whole battle because I thought I had no more weapon. All right, then I'm gonna pull that little bad boy out.
It's gonna try to take sweep at you.
Yeah, that's fair.
Wow, these goblins are trash, dude. So, the goblin goes to sweep at you as you reach back round onto the back of your belt, and you pull out a very strange-looking mace with 3 claws on it. That was your move action. You may now proceed to wail on this stupid son of a bitch.
Cool. So, is it just
It's an attack roll. You get a +4 to hit with it.
Oh!
Roll to confirm, please.
Damn.
This is the
Okay,
best possible way to end off this session. Snongle, you're gonna roll 2d4.
Okay.
It's just
okay,
click the d4
2.
twice.
2.
Amazing.
Oh my.
So this bastard has been so determined to get you. You have fired fireworks directly in its face multiple times. It is just being bullied by you. And if you take out the gnome pincher and you use it to literally grab the thing's head and you smash it on the ground and you stomp on it and the thing just twitches a little bit and then stops moving. It's charred, it's burnt, it's blackened, and it smells like sulfur and garbage, but it is very much dead. Guys, that is where we're going to leave this session as you guys rouse to the fact that this man has finally come over to you and is ready to talk with you starting next Monday at 6 p.m.
As I lay unconscious on the ground.
Underneath me, too. You're not even-
Underneath the dude, just arms sprawled out, the weapon glowing a pale salmon color.
Knees weak, arms are heavy.
There's no vomit on my sweater already, but it was mom's spaghetti.
Yikes. Just a quick reminder, we have some people to thank. We have to thank our buddy Stoneheart Art, our Curtis, our artist. He is a very talented illustrator and animator. Check him out on Twitter and Instagram. You can see all kinds of work. He has commissions open currently, so if you're looking for some really high-quality art, his cheaps are very reasonable. Did I say cheaps? His rates are very reasonable. So make sure you give him a check out, a follow, whatever you want to do with it. Stoneheart Art, that's the guy. We also have at the bottom of our screen there, our nice little stream deck, his art, he's credited right at the bottom there. Tune in next week when we meet this nobleman and deal with the fallout of what just happened, the terror that is the Swallowtail Festival.
Alright.
Goblins chew and goblins bite.
I can't wait to see you guys again next week.
Goblins bite and goblins chew. I've been Luke. We'll just go down the list. In order of like who's in the office. We'll go down and sign off. I've been Luke Notman.
Jessie.
Rose.
Brevin?
And Richard.
And thanks for stopping by.
See you later, guys.